craven, torn apart by the greedy, weakened and exposed, forever on the defense. No longer.
Welcome, my friends. Hope you guys are all doing well. Sorry about the delays. The tournament's been a long one today. We've certainly had quite a few people in the event, and we're getting there. So we're almost at the top four. Currently, we can actually show you. So if we look at the brackets, we have Illogical Man 21 up at the top side of the bracket and Falcon on the bottom side. And currently, we're probably like less than 5 minutes away from getting the players, the second round of players, of course, up here to the top. So as soon as we get that, we'll get started. If we go over to the lobby here, you can see we have currently Falcon preparing to face off against his foe. It'll either be the winner of the series between Alfredinho and Showtime, which they've been at it for probably about 20 or 30 minutes. So I would imagine we're very, very close to this series beginning. So hope you guys are doing well. We got some time to hang out. Perhaps I'll do a quick battle or something. I'm not sure, but it's going to be a good time. Stay hydrated. It's time. Oh yeah, get that water going. Yep. Welcome, guys. Yeah, the intro is pretty good. I think it might need an update. There's been a couple new trailers since I made that one, so I think I'm going to add in like Grom the Punch cinematic and also the Wood Elf cinematic, because I don't think either of them are represented in that trailer. And there's some really, really good scenes in there, so I'm going to do it, man. Look at Professor Pone using all of the emojis. King Agizal, thank you so much for the donation. Welcome, guys, to ECL Season 6. If you guys haven't seen ECL before, it is the premier competitive format here on my channel. So basically, it's a standard tournament format. It's what you see in pretty much every community league. It's the same style. A big, long, 4 to 6 hour tournament, best of threes, best of 5 final. That is the tale of the tape. So it should be quite a bit of fun. I know it's pretty late. It's pretty late, but at least it's Friday night. So, hopefully some of you guys will be able to endure and weather the storm here. But yeah, taking a look, it looks like they're still finishing up the game. So what we'll do in the meantime, just as a little bit of a warm up, is we can do one quick battle. Because, I don't mind. I'm down to play a game. I got the itch anyways. So actually, I'm already in the lobby here with Felcon. It's all set up. No, we'll just hang tight for now. It's not going to be too much longer anyway, so I'll maintain the discipline. Just in case I accidentally click on the armies, I'm going to pull up the Condom Wolf blocker to make sure he can valiantly defend the army selection screen. Hey, Clint Bet, thank you for the 50 SEK. Hope I'll get to see Gorst on foot. So seeing Gorst on his corpse cart is a very reasonable request, especially in a couple matchups like against Britonia. Other factions that like to blob, he can do well. But on foot, the foot Gorst is pretty unheard of, for sure. Hey, Pyro, you're very welcome, man. Happy to have you in the community. Oh, yeah, we're good. It's only 2 p.m. for you. Yeah, I know. It's some other time zones. I know in Australia, I think it's early morning or maybe 10, 11 a.m.? Yeah, we could go ahead and take a look at the bracket, for sure. Let's do that. That'd be fun. Show you guys the tale of the tape. Yeah, we had some really, really good matchups, for sure. So we'll pull that up. Let me just go ahead and double check it here real quick. Got to make sure my settings are all up to code. And it's not going to pan to my shirtless body here. I have done that. I've done that once before, where I was streaming shirtless, just a complete slob, and I turn on the webcam, and it's pretty damn funny for sure. All right, so let's pull this up. Go to the web browser. It should be this one. Yeah, here we go. So currently, if we're taking a look here, we have Felcon, of course, who's had a pretty solid run here on the bottom side of the bracket. He is in the top there. And in the top side, we have the Illogical Man. He's also had a great run as well. So let's look and see. On the bottom side of the bracket, if we follow the trail of crumbs here for Felcon, he did face off against Tank of Clan VM, a very solid Vampire Count specialist, and was able to win that series 2-0. From there, Felcon did face one of his good pals here, the Great Dactor, and they had a contested 2-1 series there. I would certainly like to see those replays. And down here, we also had Felcon against Anticity, which, for many community tournaments could be something you would see in the grand finals. And Felcon was able to, they were close games. I was able to go and watch those on Anticity stream, but they're very close. And Felcon was able to win 2-0 there, which was quite cool. We had Rax right here against Felcon, and that was the total kind of summary of his run. Here on the bottom, we have Alfredinho. He was able to defeat Emu Hacker 2-1. Also faced off against Zablaski with a 2-0 victory, and Iskandar, who is also goes by Gilles Libertone and has done very well in tournaments in the past. So certainly a very, very good run here by Alfredinho. Showtime on the bottom. Showtime did face off against Schwerkrausen, and it looks like he played against Adries. And on the bottom against Artisan Tech Priest. Can't read the full name there, but certainly, yeah, it's a lot. I mean, this tournament had 84 players, I think, after all is said and done. So a lot of serious competition. On the top side of the bracket, Logical Man faced off against Rope. Grombrindle in a 2-1 contested series. Canadian Ace 2-1. And then it looks like he did also, I think that might have been his first round. I'm not sure. No, he faced RTK Maker there in the beginning as well. And the Rope was eliminated there by Illogical Man. So quite a bit of fun. That is more or less the basics. We'll jump back into the lobby here. And again, we should be ready here relatively soon. Let's go ahead and refresh this and see if the players are completing their series. It could have gone to, the latest game, basically. Ricky! Felcon is an honorary Mexican for representing the Lizardmen, the Lizard Chads. He is a very good Lizardman player. Yeah, it's incredible. He's very, very solid at those. Thank you for the donation. Hammerface says $4.99. Thank you again, man, for your support. My favorite Warhammer caster. Love your vids. Keep it up. I will. Looking forward to Warhammer 3 and all the glory that's to come, man. I'm so hyped for Warhammer 3. I just want to play Kislev. I'm an Empire main. Empire is my favorite faction to play right now, and it has been for a while, and I would love to have another really cool human factions. Kislev's going to be awesome. Hell, I don't know. Thank you for the $4.99. I feel like I owe you how much I watch your stuff. Keep up the high quality content. Hey, you got it, man. We're going to keep going strong. So Felon says, any tips if your Condom Wolf breaks? Should you try and send reinforcements to try and collect the scattered remnants? Or, that's a tough question. Certainly depends on the matchup. You're going to have to give me more details than that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, indeed. So make sure we are in the lobby. Let's pull that bad boy back up. Felcon already sitting on his Lizardmen. As far as the first map goes, I'll go ahead and pick that so he can start scheming the map of his choosing. We'll do Castle Drakenhof. I don't think we've had that one in the map pool yet today, so that will be the map for now. and the dreaded Condom Wolf will make its return as a screen blocker just to make sure all is good. Magic D, man, you guys are going hard. It's quite a bit of fun, for sure. Thank you for all your stuff. Hey, thank you, man. Again, guys, sorry about the late start time. It's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes these community tournaments are super quick. Sometimes they're super long. There could be one side of the bracket that's really holding things up. It's, there's a lot of variables, but it's good. It allows time for people to gather so they don't miss the first set of games. Magic D, thank you, man. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that indeed. Kislev is going to be so cool. What country is Falcon from? Everybody's saying Kislev. Yeah, Falcon is Russian. Correct. Yeah. I actually just recorded a podcast with him last night. So we did the Q&A podcast that you guys probably saw in the community section. So there were some pretty fun questions. So that'll be going up probably on Sunday. I'll have it, trimmed up and uploaded by that point. So yeah, Sunday, man. It's happening. It was quite a bit of fun. Definitely learned a lot. Just sitting and chatting with Falcon about like builds and tactics and kind of, the functionality of the game. You can learn a lot by just chatting with him. So hopefully that podcast will be helpful for you guys. So yeah, we have a pretty busy streaming schedule. We are also going to be, and don't worry, Falcon stays up till like 5 a.m. every night. So this is like nothing for him. What was I going to say? We're going to have a lot going on Sunday. We're going to be doing the mono faction war. So basically it's not the invitational faction war, the big boy one. It's, they're both, big boy in their own respect, but it's an open faction war again on Sunday. So the best of one where you can only play one faction, which is really fun and probably one of my favorite formats. Bradley Cato, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard. Really appreciate it, man. Yeah, memberships always help. Really appreciate that. Hopefully you're enjoying the emojis and the good times to come. Yeah, no, Falcon, he's a creature of the night for sure. The Chuck Norris karate chop. I think it's actually in the thumbnail. I think it's a roundhouse kick. I can't quite remember. Yeah. Ryan G, let me see if I missed your donation. Let me pull it up here. Yes. So, okay, I did miss this one, Ryan. Let me check that out. What is it that mentioned Famir with great weapons were becoming your favorite anti-cap choice? No, it wasn't. But I do like Famir with great weapons, like against Britonia. They have good missile resist and good armor, so like peasant archers can't deal with them super well, and you can like throw them in with like some marauder support against cavalry charges, and they're really, really pretty solid. I like Famir with great weapons. I always have. They're not like super elite units, but they do some great work. Ryan G, thank you, man. Little Raven, hey Turin. Love everything you and the Evil Hag do. I know Lady Turin's been killing it with art lately. She's working on some really cool drawings right now, so there will be some new stuff coming. Little Raven, thank you so much. Phoenix Gear Fried 8. Quite a name, dude. I like the baseball hand there. $1.99. Appreciate it. You guys need to calm down here. We haven't even started yet. I mean, kind of, sort of. Let me see. Let's refresh that bracket. They must be having a super close series. Yeah. And it looks like the top side. Okay, so we have Ice Power Total War against Von Paul, which should be getting to the top side relatively soon. Pythonic Method. Here's to hoping to see Kroxigor Ancient. Well, in terms of like your odds, they're really not bad. Falcon loves to use the Kroxigor Ancient. I think against Empire, he uses them occasionally. So, but actually with him, we'd probably actually just see Nakai. Like he's just gonna meme or tic tac toe. But what's crazy is like he memes and beats like top players. Like he'll bring like tic tac toe and beat like a really good player. It's crazy. Rob Nieborg, thank you for the 20, man. Hope you're doing well. David Yuan says, why is Gourse viable against Britonia? Against Britonia, peasant archers can kill him. That's your biggest liability. But Britonia likes to blob with like Faenchantress, so Gourse can kind of be like, the response to the Faenchantress blob. I still don't think he's the best pick there, but he could be good. Like Gourse is good against factions that don't have like great missile play. Like, so if you want to like Mortis Engine blob and like, maybe they don't have like good missiles like Chaos, for example, like Beastmen. Raiders can be okay, but like against factions like that, Gourse can be pretty decent. Yeah. Ginger Ninja 58, love the streams, keep them coming. I will. Thank you. Thank you. Have you ever thought about running a pickle tickling workshop? I don't think so. It's never been in my purview of things to do, that's for sure. Yeah, these are wild times we live in. Gourse beats all. Gourse is no joke. He is no joke indeed. Phoenix Gear says, Skaben #1, let's go. Okay, so Skaben players, thank you again for the donation, Phoenix Gear. Skaben players, I think Showtime plays some Skaben. I think Alfredinho might play Skaben also. Falcon definitely does not play Skaben. Illogical Man up top, I've heard has played some Skaben today. So I would imagine that could be something we see as well. Then we have Ice Power Total War, of course, who's fighting Von Palu S right now for the spot up here. So potentially could see some Dark Elf play too, which would be very cool. I don't know if we've seen too much Dark Elf play so far. I've been watching the tournament games like more or less all morning, just like off and on, just jumping into lobbies and watching people's streams and things like that. Yeah. Freddie Knight, happy terrible ad revenue January. Yeah, thanks for the hours of entertainment. That's one of the main reasons why if you see YouTubers streaming like more in January, it's because like the revenue just karate chops you. Because obviously, you know, it's not a lucrative month for advertising, but you know, I'm doing fine, so don't feel bad. Everything's good. You guys are more than generous. Yeah, thank you so much, Freddie. Really appreciate that. So yeah, for anyone just joining, we're just hanging around and waiting for the bottom side here. But I'm more than happy to sit and chat with you guys. Alfredinho versus Showtime. The winner of that will be facing the Dark Lord Falcon in a best of 3. I need to actually update this to say best of 3. And of course, I'll be picking the maps and all that sort of good stuff. Finals are best of 5. Finals are pretty much the same format that we run in our current Swiss League. Yeah, that's all good, man. Yeah, 2021 off to a pretty wild start. Lady Turin and I are actually trying to move right now. We currently live in Los Angeles, and we never really liked living here. It just kind of happened out of circumstance because we had a really good like living opportunity financially speaking. So yeah, we have cheap rent where we live, but we're trying to move to somewhere down the coast, little beach town. Should be fun. Did Skaven overtake Vampire? Yeah, I think vampires are still really good. I do think Skaven are a top tier faction though. They're really scary. Skaven like have 2 bad matchups, which is like nice because you can ban, and they're not even like unwinnable. Like Skaven can beat vampire counts, they can beat wood elves, but those are like their bad matchups, I'd say. Like if you are a Skaven player and you just go into a best of 3, you just ban wood elves and counts and you're going to be fine. Like all those other matchups are good or winnable. Like, you know, even the ones that are bad are winnable too. That's the thing with Skaven that makes them really strong. Yeah. What's the price for competition? Well, so how the ECL works, and we can go ahead and show you guys this real quick while we're waiting here. So if we go to the 8 players, top 8, once the players win an ECL tournament, there's going to be 8 per season, as there has been since the inception of the ECL. Each of those 8 players will go to a grand tournament at the very end. So there's a big prize pool for the grand finals, usually like, you know, I don't know, like $200, $300, $400, $500, depending on the sponsors and the amount I can kind of pull out of pocket and how much you guys donate and things like that. So that is the kind of structure. So whoever wins today will be taking a qualifier spot. They do win a cash prize for playing today. It's relatively small compared to the grand finals, but it's just something to thank them for their time, because obviously it's a pretty big sink of time, right, to play in these events. But yeah, that's basically it. So we'll have 8 qualifier spots, and then from there, all 8 players will play in a grand finals, which is really fun. And we try and last ECL, we did make the ECL winning the grand finals of the ECL actually qualified that person for ever chosen. We'll most likely be able to do that again. That's kind of my goal, but you know, we'll see how it goes. So it's certainly quite a bit of fun. Yes, now we can load back in. Falcon versus to be determined. And perfect. All right. Maybe I should have done a quick battle. The itch has to be scratched. Where are the Mammoth Wolfric players? Yeah, Mammoth Wolfric is very strong for sure. You know what Falcon's actually been playing today is Beastmen. Is that TBD guy any good? We'll find out. We will find out. We will find out indeed. So that's more or less the format for the ECL. We're going to be having a lot of tournaments going on because I'll be running my ECL. Herbert Walker runs his weekend tournament, which is pretty much the similar format to mine. I think his format's a little different. I'm not sure. I think it's a qualifier system. The Herbert Walker League, he does a great job. So he runs his tournaments on Saturdays, and I usually do Saturday or Sunday. It depends on my schedule, but we're also going to be having the World Cup coming up soon. So if you guys haven't seen this, I can actually show you real quick. So one sec. And we go to the web browser. Hey, Ziggy Williamson, thanks for becoming a member, man. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard. May Chuck Norris bless your entry into this glorious legion. All right, so it's Warhammer WC. Perfect. We can jump on over and check this bad boy out. Let's go to the web browser. So yeah, this is the Warhammer World Championship. So let me see if I can fix this a little bit. It's kind of like, so I'll add a sync here. Come on. That's a little bit too small. That's what she said. And yeah, so this is the Warhammer World Cup. This is going to be taking place in February. You guys probably saw the announcement that's going on, but it's a big collaborative effort between a bunch of I mean, most of the creators you see here are not actually actively, hosting or most of them are just making an announcement, but there's going to be some involvement one way or another from all of these different creators you see here, which is pretty cool. So currently the prize pool is up to $1,700 for the Warhammer World Championship, which is really exciting. So if you guys want to play in the Warhammer World Championship, maybe you're getting into multiplayer, you're more of like a seasoned player, you can just go to warhammerwc.com. Website was made by Prussian Prince and Moors here. They did a great job with the website of Moors of Clan VM and Prussian Prince, of course. And yeah, they nailed it. So basically, you can go and join the Discord right here. That'll open up the Discord page directly. And from there, you can sign up, you can play, but it'll be starting in February at, I believe, middle of February, if memory serves. It's going to be big. This is like probably one of the biggest prize pools we've ever seen in the Total War Warhammer community. I know Everchosen has had like, yeah, I don't know what the total prize pool is when you split it all up. Yeah, I can't remember, but it's pretty big. So this is going to be huge. Really excited for this. Probably will be the biggest tournament ever, considering that every kind of major tournament host is collaborating to put this event together and is doing their thing, which I'm really, really excited for. That's going to be incredibly fun. So thanks for all the awesome content. Any speculation on the final DLC? I think it'll be Beastmen and something. I don't know what the other one is, but Beastmen really need it. Because Warriors of Chaos, I think, are going to get updated when Game 3 comes out. I think they're just going to get like reworked and get the whole treatment there. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. Yeah, so that's the Warhammer World Cup. It's going to be awesome, man. Yeah, I'm going to be casting the Warhammer World Cup. Several of these stages of the event, and I'd hope to be able to cast the later stages as well. And on top of that, I will be playing in it. Granted, I have very little chance of winning. I mean, somebody actually asked this on the it's Prussian Prince. Yeah, Prussian Prince is he's a really solid competitive player and also was able to help us put this website together, which was awesome. But somebody was asking how I would rate myself, like on a competitive tier list of sorts. I have a pretty decent answer for you guys. Let me go ahead and jump back here. Check the qualifier, see what we're doing. Looks like we're still waiting, which is fine. But yeah, I don't mind shooting the shit with you guys. I know there's YouTubers who just sit and talk with their friends here. So I would say I'm like a B+, right? Like Falcon, for the sake of contrast, is like an S tier player. I wouldn't want to go about rating other people. I think it'd be a little bit rude, but unless you're giving them the highest tier. But basically, I would say like, an S tier player is like someone like Falcon or Soothsayer. These folks who are just consistently winning tournaments. Like every time they're in the tournament, they're a favorite to win or at least get to the top 4. A is like people who, do win tournaments often, but, might not make the cut against like S tier players consistently. So I can hold my own at a B+, I'd say. Like I can fight against, A tier and S tier players. Like if I were to play 10 games against an S tier player, I might win like 2. Against an A tier player, it'll be a contested series, but they're more than likely to win. And against like B and such, you guys get the picture. So I don't know. I'd give myself a B+. Yeah. It depends. I've been playing pretty poorly lately, but it's cool though, because I've been trying to learn a bunch of new factions and new play styles, which I didn't normally do. So yeah. When I lost the mullet, I lost it all. Hey Ziggy, thanks again for becoming a member. Lamb of Dog, thank you for the 385. Finally able to catch a live stream. Love your content. One day I want to be good enough to compete. Get in here, man. Get in those Discords and get ready to play. It's gonna be a good time. All right, Showtime, and they must be having a really serious series there. I wish I could watch it. Are there any special rules for the tournament? Yes. So we have, I can actually show you guys that a little bit too. So, we have some time to kill. This is a good opportunity to kind of lay the foundation for the season and what's to come. So let me pull this up real quick. Upcoming tournament rules. Tournament rules, where art thou? Excellent. So Aerocrastic has done an amazing job with the banner rules, which I don't know if you guys have seen it. I will eventually do a video on it, going over it. I'll probably have Arrow in the video, and we can kind of chat about it since he has a much more in-depth understanding compared to myself. But web browser. So this is basically the rules which the tournament uses. If you're in my Discord or pretty much any multiplayer Discord, you can find these rules and take a nice gander. But here's all the credits and inspirations and kind of the origins of where things came from. But here's like the fundamentals, right? So infantry, minimum of 5 of any kind. These are all the various limitations that you run into because, though the game is pretty well balanced for 15 factions, if we didn't have community rules, there would be some pretty, like, it would be pretty unfortunate, I would say. Ladder does have limits as well, which definitely make it a much better experience. But yeah, so you can see all the different rules. You know, max 4 of a kind, rare single entities are they have like a little like asterisk next to them, and you can have 5 single entities in total. So basically, like 2 heroes, 5 in total. Yeah, you guys get the picture. So you can go through it. Rules of play. So this is like what dictates like attacking. So obviously this is a rule against people for like corner camping. What's not attacking. You know. Definitions, map features, like it's pretty complex, but for those of you guys who are newer, you guys have probably seen enough games on the channel to understand the fundamentals of attacking rules and whatnot. But this is like what I would recommend looking. If like, you can go look at your faction, and while you're building your army here, you just make sure you're not breaking any of these rules, right? So for example, these units, you can have max of a 5 of any kind, but when they have the little box over them, it means they count as the same unit, right? So you could have like 5 Gores, but you can only have like 3 and 2 or 5 and 0. You guys get the picture. Maximum of 4 of these units, maximum 3 of these. So you can actually go triple shielded Minotaur and triple great weapon Minotaur, because you can see these ones count as the same unit, but these ones don't. And a maximum of 2 of these. So yeah, you could have like 2 Cygors or whatever, and you know, that's pretty much it. So each faction has these like limitations. You can see there's restrictions for like cavalry and like certain things like that, and well, Hippogriff Knights. And the units that have the exclamation point, here you can see our special single entities. Yeah, you can see the birds and all that. So it seems a little bit daunting when you first look at it, but honestly, once you get in and start like playing in all these tournaments, it's really well put together. Of course, Aerocrastic worked on these in conjunction with a bunch of other folks who helped him out and did the graphics. I'm not sure who did the graphics for this one, but it's certainly really cool. But these are the rules that every single tournament, every single game you see played on my channel, even when I'm playing quick battles, I follow these army limits. Unless we're doing FFA, and FFA is just, you know, a shit show. So we just kind of mess around there and do our thing. But yeah, it's really neat. So the main thing, if you are newer going into tournaments or, you know, trying to prepare for them, is just, I would say, look at these rules, and from there you can basically, you know, make sure your army's fine. Like here you can see you can have 1 Queen Bess, of course, but only 1 Necrofex Colossus. I believe the old school rules when they first came out, you could have 2 Vampire Counts, Warriors of Chaos. I love it. I can't wait for game 3. We're gonna get some really, really cool stuff there. Got Wood Elves, and that's the whole package. So those are the banner rules, more or less. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing that. I will do like a full like deep dive on them and explain the attacking rules, because there's a lot of like kind of it can be a little bit tricky to comprehend it all when you're, you know, first getting into multiplayer and stuff. Even myself, I'm still learning things about it, you know, to this day. So, all right, there are the dreaded banner rules. Looks good to me. We might even finish the top side of the bracket first. I actually thought we were going to finish the bottom. Holy shit, Gatsby, first time catching a stream. Thanks for all the entertainment. Whoa, what's going on here? I was reading those rules. Holy shit. Okay, whoa. Hold on a sec. So Liuda 95 with the $10 donation. Can't wait till game 3 comes out. Me too. Kitek 94, tier B player, B plus player, tier S caster. Thank you, man. That means a lot. You know, that's what's really important to me, is that my casting is good. But I think in order to be a good caster, you also have to like have some of that tournament experience as well. So thank you so much, Kitek94. That means a lot, man. Kind words. And then from Nate Garrett, $100 donation. Holy shit. Happy birthday from chat. Sorry we forgot. You guys have not forgotten, clearly. We haven't even started the battles yet. You guys are just going apeshit. Damn. $100 donation. Nate Garrett, man. Thank you so much. That's really, really generous of you, dude. I don't know what to say. I really just, yeah. If you're going to donate that big, I know, just make sure, yeah, you got yourself covered. I know these are hard times. Even still, you know, people are losing their jobs from pandemic. I mean, most of my family members, aside from myself, all lost their jobs. My stepdad, my mom, everyone, yeah. Nate, man, hope that's no sweat off your back. Thank you so much. And then Gatsby as well with a fat 100. First time catching a stream. Thanks for all the entertainment. Gatsby, the great Gatsby, we shall call you. Thank you for that. That is very generous. And again, same thing goes. Really, don't feel like you have to donate. You know, if I really do appreciate it, but I really don't want you guys to be financially strapped. That's very generous, Gatsby. And Nate, thank you so much, guys. That's does make a big difference in my life, and yeah, helps us get through the dreaded January. The dreaded January. Oh my God, it's anarchy. My birthday is actually July 12th. You know, it's not anytime soon. It's a ways off. I'm gonna be 33 in July. This next July coming up here. It's crazy. I felt like it was just my birthday, and we're already like in the new year, and like probably like a year from now, we're probably going to have Warhammer 3, or at least like it'll be close to coming out. That's pretty crazy to think about. Yeah, so damn excited for that, man. Yeah, Nate Garrett, that's true. Dude, Nate, Gatsby, you guys just going deep on those. Holy shit, man. Thank you so much. I get no days off. I get days off for sure. Even on my days off though, like I'll still play games. I just won't record and stuff. Yeah. How can the battles be over an hour delayed? Well, some games can take a long time because people like there are very loose rules about telling people not to take too long in the picking and banning phase, but some people really overthink things and just go crazy on it. So it is. You can never know when it's going to finish. When you have like 90 people playing best of threes, you never know. You kind of just have to guess. So what I did earlier is I guessed when we'd be starting, and yeah, but it's fine though. It allows more people to get here, so you guys won't be missing like the first series. And yeah, Professor Pone is joining the dreaded 30 Club in August. We should eat more hot dogs to celebrate, man. I know it's gonna be good. Will Nurgle units be in the third game? Yeah, 100%. Turin turning the same age as Frodo at the start of the Lord of the Rings. Isn't like Frodo like 50 years old at the start of Lord of the Rings? Or I can't remember. Isn't he older than that? Victor K. Yeah, I know, man. We could have been in high school together. I wish I could just like sit and jam with you guys to like some music while we wait. Yeah, YouTube is so... I was watching some old like retro like Twitch streams, like when it was like Justin TV. I was watching some old StarCraft replays right in the early days, StarCraft 2. And it was pretty cool. Like they were just like jamming to whatever they wanted, and like there was no repercussions, Yeah, those were the old days. Is the TBD guy AFK? Oh, come on. Usually, Alexander, I'm pretty good at it. Usually I'm within like 30 minutes, more or less. But today I was quite wrong. I probably should have just put it for like 3:30 to be honest. But I failed, man. I failed. What can you do? Sir Swag-a-lot. He says, go Falcon! By the way, some setting prevented me from donating to the World Cup prize pool. I'd like to throw away my money. Can you... Ken with your Streamlabs. So do know what's up. Hey man, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I can throw that to the prize pool of the World Cup for you, no problem. Thank you for the donation. What factions have been confirmed for Game 3? So we're probably going to get Kislev. Nothing's been confirmed. I would imagine Kislev, Chaos Demons, Warriors of Chaos Undivided, Ogre Kingdoms, Chaos Dwarves. I think, you know what? My wildest prediction is I think that we're going to get Cathay. I know it might seem out of left field, but with the popularity and like how much every game company and their dog and their cousin and their third ancestor wants to appeal to the Chinese market, I 100% think we're going to see Cathay. Yeah, like that was one I was kind of like, thinking about, but I think we're going to see them. I think we're going to get them. Like, obviously I have no evidence, no proof, but just like based on like, catering to the Chinese market, I think we're going to see a Cathay faction. Yeah. That would be like my wildest kind of prediction. Oh, demons are going to be so good. All right, so we got Alfredinho. He is here, so let me go ahead and message him in Discord, and looks like we're about ready to get started. Lobby's up. No, if you can't see it. All right, so we got ODM versus XMT here. 100% Tau, says Falcon. Oh my god. Southern Kingdoms to be fleshed out. And do pick and ban first. All right, perfect. So Alfredinho's on his way. Top side of the bracket is still developing. So right now we can go on over here to the actual bracket. Oh, that is an old one. That is a very old bracket. That's from, I think that was from the modded tournament from the days of old. All right, so player 3 is going to be Alfred Dino, I believe is how his name is spelled. Let me go ahead and double check here just so I don't mangle it. I would feel pretty bad. He's worked so hard getting here. All right, looks like that's about right. Get the proper fonts. Boom. You guys ready for the power of technology? Look at this. I am making text appear out of nowhere. And yeah, we're all set. Would like to see Ind. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be awesome, man. Yeah, Cathay, they just take the models from Three Kingdoms, yeah, and just reskin them. Although Three Kingdoms, I think, uses a different combat engine, so I don't know how well that would work. Like, the direct crossover. I'm sure it'd be fine. A Middle-earth faction, just get the hobbits. Yeah. Hey, again, Sir Swag-a-lot. Really appreciate that donation, dude. Very generous of you. And yeah. We now know our match. So we can update the score tags as well. Really excited for the series. Alfredinho certainly had a good run as well. He defeated Showtime, who's been playing so good in my Swiss League. I think he's undefeated. And then Alfredinho had to play A-Move Hacker and Zablaski. Like, he's had killers every single game. Like, some of the bracket like aspects, they have some, you know, easier matches with newer players, but he literally had no easy matches today. So he's got to be like primed and ready to go, man. Which is exciting. Really excited to see how that all goes. Steel chair text resizing, I know. The dreaded text summoning. A wild pick, but your chances is 0% of Cathay. Well, Flying Dutchman, we'll have to reconvene in a couple years and see who was right. Yeah, the art in the background. That's Warhammer Fantasy Battles Wood Elf art, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Codex art, actually. Can't remember. Those are some big names, I know. He is here. All right. Map is set. All right, so let's get to the lobby. Let's head on over. Check it out. The Condom Wolf is here to keep order. Look at what Alfredinho named himself as we come in here. He says, "Hi guys, how are you doing?" But his name is Alfredinho Cathay or Riot. Sounds good. Feel free to start with picks and bans. So he's gonna get coffee. Take a quick 2 to 3 minute break because he just got out of a fierce cockfight. And then we're going to be good to go. So, we're almost there. Wanderer44, Turin, hey. Thanks so much for the streams. Couldn't you say something about the position of Druki in the current meta? Yeah, so Druki are... Okay, so they have a lot of bad matchups. And that's kind of how you evaluate factions in this game. It's not so much like they're bad across the board. Because Druki are like quite good, for example, against vampire counts, in my anecdotal experience. But they have more bad matchups than most factions. Like, them and Beastmen have a lot of bad matchups. But in the matchups they're good in, they can really do well. Now, if you wanted to buff Druki, Falcon and I already addressed this question on the podcast, which will be going up on Sunday night. It was a topic of great discussion. So, really, they just... he was mentioning stat reworks to give them a little bit more HP across the board, or cost reductions, depending on the circumstances. But yeah. We'll do it. Maple Killer, we need some Norska win guides, please. Oh, man, I haven't played Norska in so long. I'm so rusty with them, dude. I'm so rusty with them. Maple Killer, thanks again for the donation, man. Yeah, I'll try and get back on the Norska train. I bet you Norska will get some updates in Game 3, too. Ruben Bunskoke, thank you for becoming a new member. I thought you already were a member. Thank you so much, Ruben. Appreciate that, man. And, yeah, welcome back to the Dukes of Haggard, or... well, for your longevity here in the Dukes of Haggard, nonetheless. Appreciate it. Hammerfaced. Ever since I started playing Warhammer, I can't go back to Shogun or Three Kingdoms. Love the fantasy. I've got 1,000. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. Now, not to say I wouldn't appreciate a good historical title from Creative Assembly. I would certainly cover it from probably a campaign perspective, but multiplayer is my jam. I love the most dangerous prey. You know, because like the AI, like if you play enough, you're gonna eventually just master, like, there's no more challenge from the AI. Unless there's, like, self-imposed handicaps, which is, like, you know, I guess that's fine. But for me, I like to hunt the most dangerous game. Even if the prey, you know, defeats me, it's still an exciting experience. Yeah, Hammerface, cheers, man. And Hoppy, man, I appreciate you so much. And we even share the same birthday. Hell yeah, dude. July 12th all day. Thanks for everything. I got you, Hoppy. I got you covered. So, they're working on it right now. I had a double Memonarch game. Oh god, are there going to be Luminarchs today? Well, let's see what they pick and ban. It looks like there's some Beastmen Tomb Kings kind of sitting idle. Granted, I substantially... I don't think that would be the pick. Yeah, no way. No way. Oh, yeah. What's the worst faction for multiplayer? The faction with the most bad matchups is probably... Oh, man, that's a hard question. Dark Elves have a lot of bad matchups, so do Beastmen, but they're both, like, Beastmen are really good against, like, living factions. Like Beastmen can do very well against like the elves. They can do very well against like the human factions. They just really struggle against undead. Like they really have a hard time versus like vampire counts and I don't know about Tomb. Yeah, Tomb Kings is pretty bad for Beastmen. Vampire Coast is like an okay one. Beastmen can win it. Of the three, that's the best for them. Hands down. Dare Woods, Turin, been loving your content for years. Finally have got a new PC. Dude, hell yeah, man. For the lady, get in there. Make sure you get in our Discord and use our looking to practice section. And get some games in, man. It's much better than playing on ladder. Granted, playing on ladder is cool, but you're not going to run into like toxicity and things like that. So it's a little bit of a better experience. Then we have a donation from Elgen Hadok. Oh man, I'm sorry. That name is so rough for me. Past midnight here in Hungary. Hard to catch the stream, but thanks for the content. Keep it up. Also, Choo Choo Cathay. Hell yeah, man. Let's get that Cathay going. So, looks like we have Britonia being picked by Falcon here. All right, let's see. Bear Cav better than all Cathay. Bear Cav. Well, Bear Cav are pretty sweet. Yeah. We'll see. Don't forget picks and bans, guys. All right. I'm just like trolling them here. Oh, man. Thank you so much for the donations there, and Ryan G as well. Lore-wise and MP-wise, it would be nice to see Dark Elves in the next DLC with the Beastmen. Yeah. Yeah, or they could give, like, Lizardmen some cool units that aren't, like, bad. Oh, he says I'm ready. Okay. Oh, are we doing Britonia versus Lizardmen? Oh. See, this is a classic. A lot of people think they can defeat Falcon's Britonia with Lizardmen, but I can assure you he is ready for this. Oh, they're ready. Shit, okay. Let's fire this up. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all the support. Discord link, yeah, let me get that for you. Hold on. All right, so pulling it up right now while the players pick their army. So it looks like we're going to have Britonia Lizardmen, which used to be a matchup that most Britonians would dread, but people discovered how good peasant archers are in mass numbers, and it kind of changed the whole tide of things here. So let me make sure that's right. Discord. It is. There you go. You guys want to play some multiplayer? Come join the fun. We have a great community, really amazing people. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that matter. What do you think the Beastmen DLC will be paired with? I have no idea. I have no idea. Because I think Chaos and Norska are going to get Game 3 updates. Like, they're going to get refleshed out. Like, they'll probably get, like, some demon-esque units, like Mark of this or that. So, Beastmen versus something. I have no idea. I really don't. Falcon's playing Britonia, Alfredino playing Lizardmen. Usually the build here is like 8 peasant archers, or as many peasant archers as you're allowed to bring with the rules. Questing Knights, you can use King Lewin with Sword of Corone to sunder their armor, and then you can use like Wind Blast to break box formations. There's a couple ways. You can go Fey Double Paladin too, that's always really strong, but the peasant archers are the core of this build. You just get like a million of them to just like hammer into one dino and drag it down. It's like pretty grindy, but it can be done. Yeah, Britonians are making a comeback for sure in the meta. Very, very popular. Dread Saurians actually are used here occasionally, Pwn. They're very good at killing cavalry units. Their attack animations are excellent at like killing like freaking 10 cav at once. I have been practicing High Elves. I'm still not like confident with them in a tournament sense, but I've been enjoying it actually. I love using the Narnia lines. It's one of my favorite things. Skylar, thanks so much for the great content, Turin. Your videos and streams have been incredibly helpful for learning this game. Right on, Skylar. Hell yeah, man. Rubber Duck of War just got done watching your at Rubber Duck of War just got done. Oh, you're talking to him, yeah. He's amazing. Yeah, Rubber Duck is a great caster and a good player as well. Really nice guy too. If you guys haven't seen a Rubber Duck of War, make sure to check out his YouTube channel. Jack Daniels, thanks for becoming a member here. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard. The glorious Haggard Legion grows. And yeah, man, we're doing it. If it wasn't so damn expensive to ship things, like I would love to make like a Duke of Haggard t-shirt and just like anyone who becomes a Duke of Haggard for like a period of like 6 months, just like send it to them. Shipping is just it's so expensive to Europe. And like most of you guys are in Europe. Yeah, I don't know. We'll think of something. We could like, yeah, I don't know. We'll think of something fun someday. So the battles are just now starting. Welcome to ECL Season 6. Despite being live for 45 minutes, we've just now started because, you know, tournaments take time, man. But from here on out, it should be non-stop games. We have Falcon on Britonia facing off against the dreaded Lizardmen, who shall be led by ODM Alfredino. Now, this looks very much like what you'd expect. It's mass peasant archers with, Grail Knights, actually. So he's got Grail Knights and Knights of the Realm. Very interesting kind of change-up. Normally you see questing knights because of their superior AP against some of the big dinos and also against the infantry, but the blocker's gone. Don't try and fool me. I'm checking. Yeah, it's gone. How dare you guys? How dare you? But yeah, it's going to be Grail Knights, actually. I mean, Grail Knights have huge shock damage. They're certainly very good at running over infantry on the, and, monsters or cavalry on the charge. It's got a Field Trebuchet. Field Trebuchet is always a good insurance piece. It's excellent against the old Temple Guard box. It's got a Paladin, Lewin, and a Damsel of Life. So that's going to be the Falcon army. What's a Tomb King Doomstack? Well, in campaign, it's a little bit tricky. Tomb Kings have like weird restrictions in campaign on limitations, but honestly, I like playing Tomb Kings as like a ranged faction in campaign. I just love spamming like Great Bows and Bone Giants. It's so much fun. I mean, do whatever you can beat legendary Tomb Kings campaigns with any number of combinations. It's not like a faction like Chaos where you really need to like spam Chaggets. So yeah. Now for the Lizard people, it's going to be Feral. Ooh, this is a very different build. See, normally everyone and their dog as a Lizardman player likes to go box against Britonia, but Alfredino coming in with a very unique build. He's got a Saurus Oldblood. He does also have 2 Feral Stegodons, a couple Skinks in the front, some cavalry in the back, Cold and Spear Riders, and then just like a miscellaneous front line of Saurus Spears mixed with Skink cohorts. Now, the Saurus Oldblood, some of you guys may be asking why this guy over Krokar. Well, he does have the Horn of Kygor, which is very good. Krokar does not have any kind of force multiplying effects like that. And he also has the Amulet of Itzel, which gives him 66% ward save. So if he gets caught in like a bad fight, it can be a little bit ugly. There should be some game sound right now. Let me turn it up and check. Oh, there's definitely game sound. Yeah, that T-Rex just roared super loud. Sound might be a little bit low. I could turn it up. Let me know if it's an issue, but there is game sound on. I just heard it. So usually when you're zoomed out really far, you can't hear the sound as well, but when you zoom in, it gets a little bit louder. So I really like the change up here by Alfred, though. Good luck, have fun. No need to wait for me. Because, yeah, like, everyone expects the box, like, right? That's what Falcon's build is designed to kill, right? You just concave around a Lizardman box and blast them while you cycle charge with King Lewin and the different units like that. Yeah, there's game sound, yeah. It's a constant recurring motif on my channel to not have game sound, so, yeah, Falcon has been playing Britonia. I've seen him play Britonia quite a bit in the tournament. He is, of course, a firm believer that they are a top-tier faction and are very, very strong, which, I'm inclined to agree with that. In the hands of skilled players, they can be very, very good. So we'll see what happens. We need Kislev bad for multiplayer. Oh, yeah. There's going to be some badass bear cavalry. It's going to be quite legendary. So Trebuchet's going in. Holy shit, look at that. First Trebuchet shot takes out what appears to be 3 Colton Riders. The dreaded Trebuchets, man. I can't remember. There was a faction war a long time ago when somebody brought like 4 Trebuchets against Empire and was just like pounding the Demogorph Knights and Steam Tanks. It was pretty hilarious. Now, a very aggressive play here from Falcon. Going to be diving in with Lewin and the Paladin, attacking the Saurus Oldblood, and actually getting some good work in. Doesn't look like there's any big follow-up here from the Dino so far, so Falcon's going to hammer in with all these cav units, pop his debuffs, his Sword of Corone probably, and then from there he'll pull back. However, Falcon has to be careful that he doesn't get surrounded by the cohort of Sotek here. If those little skinks were able to get around the back of these knights, it could be quite disastrous, but so far, this is a better trade for Britonia, right? If you look at this, like a lot of the Lizardman army is standing idle, isn't really engaged, is like a little bit out on the flanks here, and Falcon has a pretty good kind of concave of fire, and most of his army is really, really on point here, getting engaged properly and just getting the better engagements, really. So here you can see the Cold and Spear Riders, Sword of Corone still debuffing them. Lewin and the Paladin, for some reason, staying the course, man. It looks like they're not opting to retreat here. And now we do have some Golden Riders coming from across the flank to chase those Grail Knights, but then over the top, Knights of the Realm hammer into them. Falcon just getting beautiful charges, and King Lewin is really not showing any mercy against his Saurus Oldblood. He's just going deep, man. And I don't know if the Lizards have the real stopping power to kind of fend off this Bretonian charge, as so much of their army is... Yeah, the Skinks aren't here. Like, having a couple Chameleons back here applying poison to this Bretonian army would be super useful, but now it looks like Alfredino may be kind of trading his back line for the peasants. You can see the Feral Stegodons getting in there, riding into the the peasant bowmen here. We have cohorts coming around the flanks, and Falcon's bow line might start to get compromised here pretty quickly. Looks like we got Manticore summons coming out. Manticore summon from the Beast Skink here on the ground, able to get a little bit of monstrous support, which does kind of lock Lewin in place. But man, oh man, that Saurus Oldblood is in big trouble. And he's got to watch out too. There's a shit ton of peasant archers here. And this little Paladin might honestly be able to finish him off. So here you can see the Saurus Oldblood of Alfredino. He's going to be on death's bed here as it's getting peppered by the filthy peasant archers. Who wants to know where they dip those arrows? I don't. And the Saurus Oldblood probably going to be dying. Yep, he gets picked off by whoever that peasant archer is. I'm sure he's going to be eating like a king in the halls of Britonia for slaying the enemy general, despite Lewin doing all the work. Very, very fun stuff indeed. So in the backfield, I mean, Falcon's bow line is in shambles. You know, the Peasant Bowmen, all these different units are running for the hills, but really, really painful circumstance to lose your big, expensive lord like that. Also, despite it looking relatively even, Falcon still has all these elite knights. He has Lewin, he's got his healer. There's going to be some nasty, nasty cycle charging, and there is going to be an unholy wrath that will come down upon this backfield of the Lizards. Well, not even backfield, but I would say aggressive force here. That's going to be hard to kill. Paladin, though, in a little bit of trouble. You know, one way that the Lizards could get back in the game is if this Manticore summon coming in here were to rear charge and kill that Paladin, and then from there maybe, you know, pin in Lewin. Because right now, you know, the Lizards aren't doing a bad job at scrapping back. Alfredino was able to clean up, and look at this, the bounce of power is actually creeping back. Wow, and the skinks are in the backfield shutting down all these archers. Look at this, one skink shutting down 2 archers and potentially killing the trebuchet next. These archers are killed by the chameleon skinks. Okay, that's Value City, man. But you have to remember, too, is that the Lizard people do have 2 Manticores that they've expended. So when the Manticores disappear, the balance of power may go back. And yeah, this is really close. Actually, Falcon might be in a little bit of trouble here. Got some peasant archers coming from each direction. Up in the sky, King Lewin Leon Kerr hunting down this Manticore, probably trying to rampage it so it doesn't go after his caster. But it looks like the Manticore, very good play by Alfredino, is going to be sending the caster to kill the Damsel of Life, which shuts down healing on the Grail Knights. And I'm really surprised we didn't see Questing Knights to give a little bit more punch here, but that's not the reason why it's going badly, of course. Very, very close game. Falcon's still in a little bit of a bounce of power position advantage, but there's still a lot of angry dinosaurs, man. We still have 2 Feral Stegodons. They're not slouches. If they stay together with some spears, they might be able to actually do some nasty work against the Knights of Britonia here. Manticore's Rampage now being attacked by Lewin and the Paladin. We'll see what the Manticore decides to attack, but the Stegodon coming in with these steel horns, able to get a nice little rear charge on Lewin, making his healing cap appear, but this Manticore is really the hero that Gotham needs. It's holding firm and getting a ton of damage back on Lewin, actually. Now, Knights of Britonia in the backfield, you can see Knights of the Realm, Grail Knights back here, just kind of sweeping about wherever they can. A couple Peasant Archers have come back online and are shooting into the cohort of Sotek, which is a good choice. Look at this, the Paladin down to the ground actually gets terrified for a second, but it looks like it is going to be able to get away. Chameleons are hunting down the Damsel of Life and shooting King Lewin up in the sky. This is a great trade here. These little chameleons will easily be able to kill the Damsel. I personally think that chameleons probably are the strongest unit on the Lizardmen roster. Chameleon skinks, I just think they're incredibly powerful and cost-effective and just so good. So the Stegodon is now surrounded by Grail Knights. Grail Knights do lack armor piercing, you know, against the 110 armor, but you know, they still have a good bonus versus large. You can get some good damage in there. It's like Blood Knights still kind of do the same thing as well. But the Lizards have a pretty scary blob as well. They're moving in. They still have some leadership via the Skink Priest, who of course does have a little bit of encouragement. And the Paladin of Britonia is actually broken. Wow, look at that. That bad boy's going to be running for the hills. The Stegodons are just going Super Saiyan, man. Look at this little hero skink in the backfield. This one chameleon has been eating that peasant fire. He shut down the trebuchet, although he might be breaking now. No, he's at 21 leadership, so it looks like he's holding firm. This is a close one. It's a real close game, man. Lewin might be able to carry this. If Lewin can find like a good engagement and like pick off the Stegodon, Terror Route is a thing too. There's a fair amount of skinks. Saurus, of course, are not ITP. Granted, the cohort of Sotek is going to be unbreakable here, and it's going to be really annoying. Grail Knights trying to get away. Some of them are actually like stuck on the skinks here. You can see the little weasels grabbing at the legs of the horses there. So the Feral Stegodon moving right now. Alfredino just had a very nasty Death Star. Falcon certainly has the capability of pulling this out with some really good micro and cycle charging. I've seen him do such things. I don't know where the hell King Lewin went. Looks like Lewin's over here. Okay, so Lewin is trying to stabilize these peasant archers, which is a smart call for sure. He's going to be taking some poke here from the little chameleons, but I mean, 2, you know, almost full ammo peasant archers. That's Value City, so trying to stabilize wherever he can. And yeah, right now Britonia really has the freedom to charge around wherever it likes and really pick its engagements, whereas the lizard people just kind of have to shamble and you know, move towards their prey here. So Alfredino's just going to keep moving. Basically what you do is you just find a peasant archer and march towards it. That's what you do. That's the only thing he really can do here. So here comes the Feral Stegos, the Britonian Grail Knights and Knights of the Realm, here working in tandem side by side. They're going to be moving across, getting ready to perhaps hammer into the Saurus spears here on the flank. Not sure what they're looking to do, but Alfredino very well prepared. You know, he braces, he gets poison support there. This charge won't do too much, and Falcon realizes that at the last second, the Grail Knights do peel off from their charge there. So Lewin's going to be coming back. Peasant archers. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Look at this. The little chameleon skinks. Oh, that's so good for Alfredino, man. These this one unit of skinks is going to shut down both archers, theoretically. It can poison them, it can attack them in melee, it can chase them, it's faster. That's really good. Lizard people. I know, when I say lizard people, it sounds like a conspiracy theory or something. It's hilarious, man. So here comes the charge. Knights of the Realm hammering in. There are spears there, though. I mean, they're at 19 models. I would imagine they'll lose a couple on the retreat here. That usually is what happens. There's one, and there's two, and yeah, just like I predicted, it looks like they lost 2 models in the retreat there. And now the... Ooh, no, a big mistake by Alfredinho. This might cost him the game. That is a disaster, man. Oh, he had such a nice little box going, was getting so much value, but he overextends with 1 Stegodon, and suddenly Falcon has the balance of power advantage. It's all it takes is that 1 mistake there. He might cold-blood it if he has one to keep it fighting. If he can save this thing, I think he might be okay. But that is a pretty disastrous play, and you can see that thing was full health, and it was anchoring the balance of power, right? But now Falcon is, really able to take a commanding lead, to say the least. Peasant Archer still shooting. Looks like a couple Knights of the Realm in the back are able to rampage some spears, and now comes your big boy Lewin. Going to be charging in. We'll see if there's going to be any follow-up. But you can see, Alfredinho's trying to salvage this Feral Stegodon as well, but it looks like Falcon is ever the apex predator here, is going to be making sure that thing gets hunted down. Do the Lizards have a fighting chance? I mean, if RNG is on their side? No, it doesn't look like it. Feral Stego's broken here. I think that 1 misplay cost him the game. It was close. Honestly, I think either player could have won, right? Like this 1 skink over here, just the hero, shutting down the 2 rallying peasant archers, and Falcon really doesn't have much left either. He's just got Lewin, who's also quite damaged, mind you. But the Stegodons getting caught like that is really, really rough for sure. Alfredinho has been playing an amazing game. I mean, even despite losing his Lord very early to Falcon, he's been able to scrap. And I don't know, if the Lizards can kill like everything more or less, like army loss everything, but you see, while there's peasant archers breathing on the battlefield, Lewin can just be a complete troll and like cycle charge and really get aggressive in that way. The cohort of Sotek trying to apply some poison here, and we do have Sara Spears moving in on top of these peasant archers. Lewin's got to be careful. He's got 1700 HP. He's not in the most welcoming environment. It looks like he takes a couple shots right there. He's down to 1665 on the HP department. And the peasant archers ripping a couple shots here in the 4th quarter as Lewin takes about 50 HP damage before he's able to get away from those spears. Over here, Skink's just doing some great work, man. Let's take a look at the value of these little guys. Chameleon Skinks are so annoying. Oh my god. 1300 value on the Chameleons, man. See, the thing is, if he just hadn't lost his Saurus Old Blood so early, I think he would have had a really, really comfortable position in this battle. And here comes Lewin going for the kill on the Skink Priest. Certainly good. Get rid of the leadership, trigger army losses, prevents you from having to deal with these spears. And that is going to be game 1, going to the Dark Lord Falcon. Amazing close game. Both players played extremely well, but in the end, that pick was the deciding factor. That was it. That's what won the game. And that's that. If the Lizard Army had maybe stayed together at the end, I think he could have pulled out a win. Yeah, it was really good, man. Well played. Well played to Alfred plus Falcon. Skinks, of course, pretty solid value. Stegodons, did pretty good. Coldon Riders got dunked on really bad, though. Maybe just replace them with like some more spears or something. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good game. And Falcon, of course, Lewin was an absolute linebacker. These Grail Knights got 1900. Solid cap play, and of course, all the peasant archers were able to get some beautiful shots. This is pretty much like one of a couple variants you see. You either see questing knights in this, or you see, I guess this is a new thing maybe, but normally it's questing knights with peasant archers plus Lewin. But it was great. It was great. Well played. Very GG. I also liked how Alfredinho really changed up his build, and he didn't go with like the traditional box, which Falcon was expecting. I think that's what made the game closer. So now we go to the scorecards and update it. Alfred drops the game. Falcon goes up 1-0 here. Need to make Falcon's name match his opponent's in terms of size. There you go. Now we can get the Condom Wolf back up. Head on over to game 2. And we will get this party started, man. All right, so let's find a map. The next map, we will do Eschen. Eschen is fine. That was a well-played... Alfredinho says, that was well played, Falcon. Falcon says, I didn't think you would rush me. You stressed my micro at the right time. Eschen. All right, cool. Very, very cool indeed. A great game. I know, it was really good. Really, really solid play, man. Are you allowed to bring 7 units of archers? Shock me saying yes. You can't bring 7 of the same type of archer, but you can bring like 4 regular archers and then like 3 poison archers. You just can't bring 8 of the same one. Professor Pone in chat, of course, with amazing, amazing feedback, says that he should have brought 2 Dread Saurians. Yeah, clearly. Although the rules only allow you to take 1, but still, he should have brought 2. We have a donation coming in during the heat of that game, so my apologies for missing it. From Malice Meme Blade, I've never watched a video without actually laughing out loud. I'm glad I could catch a stream. Love the content, my dude. Hey, happy Friday to you too, man. I hope you have a relaxing weekend. Treat yourself, man. Any tips on learning Beastmen for multiplayer? Yes. So if you want to play Beastmen and you're brand new to the game, take Morker, take a Manticore Summoner, take 4 Ungor Spearmen, take 3 Chaos Spawn, and then a couple Razor Gore herds, and like that's a good core army in like most matchups, honestly. But Morkur, Spawn, Ungors. That is the way to live, man. It's the easiest playstyle for Beastmen, and it's very, very strong. All right. Yeah, so we have Alfredinho is going Skaven. He's banning Tomb Kings and Lizardmen, and then we're going to get greenskins from Felcon. So this is interesting, because normally, like, back like a month ago, when the DLC first came out, greenskin players were like, screw this matchup, it sucks. But then there was a couple of innovators. I think it was actually Felcon who came up with it. He's like, okay, how do I beat Poison Wind Mortars? Right? They kill all my good infantry. Well, you don't bring good infantry. You bring a bunch of shitty goblins, just cheap 300 gold goblins, who can beat Skaven Slaves, mind you. And then you just spam Stone Trolls, Grom the Paunch, and Spider Riders and swarm them. It's brilliant, because it takes away the biggest strength of Skaven, which is their mortar effects and their poison wind effects. Really, really good stuff for sure. Yeah. Yeah, really good stuff, and sure. Morkur is he's the king of Haggard for sure. He's got the Haggard dreadlocks. He doesn't mess around. Yeah, Butchers of Kalkengard are great to throw in. They're a really strong unit, 100%. I love it. My favorite Beastmen unit to use probably has to be Minotaurs with great weapons. They're just so, when they actually hit something, oh god, it's so hard. Golbadiers are really good, Guac, but with Felcon's build, it's like doesn't matter that much, because it's like Stone Trolls and Goblins are their targets, and like who cares about the Goblins? And the Stone Trolls just crump everything with proper support. So I'd be willing to wager Felcon is going to have like 5 or 6 Goblins, 3 Stone Trolls, some Goblin Wolf Chariots, Spider Riders, Grom the Paunch, River Troll Hag. Like, that's my call right now. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm right. Which campaign is the easiest for new players? Probably High Elves. High Elves, you start in this like super safe island. Their economy is insane. You can just like spam archers and spears and be fine in the early game. Yeah, I would say High Elves have a really easy campaign. And it's like fun. You know, you can kind of like expand whichever direction you want. I haven't played a High Elf campaign since Eltharion, but... Phoenix Gear Fried 8. Let's go for the Horned Rat and Throt's Thickness, all right? We got a Throt fan here in chat. All right. Was my prediction correct? Yes, it was. Felcon's got all goblins, just shit goblins with the RORs, and then a million Spider Riders, yep, and then triple Stone Troll, Goblin Wolf Chariots, and Grom the Paunch. Yep. Oh, with double River Troll Hag. Okay, I got that wrong. Yeah. This is pretty much it. How many hours do I have in Total War Warhammer? 4,500. Felcon has like 5,700. That was actually one of the questions that we got asked on the Q&A podcast that's going up on Sunday, and we both checked our times, which is pretty funny. Who is the hardest matchup for Britonia? I think, hard to say. I really like Coast against Britonia. I really, yeah, I don't know. What's the hardest matchup for Britonia nowadays? Coast? Coast? Tomb Kings? I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't really thought about that in a while. Anyways, you guys know the build of Felcon here. And, oh my god, do I have the screen blocker up? Okay, god, I was like, oh, not again. Anakin, I'm too weak for this. And for the forces of Alfredinho, very much a wide build, actually. He's got Skaven Slaves with more Skaven Slave Spears. He does have the Poison Wind Mortars, I believe, here. Very much a staple. Council Guard in the back, and he's got a Packmaster, Wolf Rats into the Sunset. Wolf Rats will be useful. They can definitely chase things off the battlefield, but they're very, very susceptible to being owned by the Goblin Spider Rider Archers. So you got to be careful with your engagements. But he's got a Packmaster, he's got a Hellpit Abomination, it's got to be Lord Scroll on foot, and Poison Wind Mortars. So that's pretty much it. So what's the point of double hags? So they're very strong. You don't have to worry about mortar fire with them, and it gives you hard-hitting mass to fight back against Skaven Molder monsters. So if Skaven have Doom Wheels, Doom Flayers, Packmasters, Brood Whores, River Troll Hags are regenerating, they're big, they can fight them. Otherwise, the Brood Whores can kind of run rampant in your army. So it's just a mass tool. Plus, the magic isn't bad, and Felcon also brought Purple Sun to try and kill the Council Guard here, which is quite cool. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I haven't seen anybody beat this build, this greenskin build that Felcon's using against him. I've seen it lose, of course, in the hands of other players, but it seems very strong because, like, normally the mortars, if you have, like, Savage Orc Biggins, even Orc Boys, like, it allows the mortars to get great value, but even if the mortars 100 to 0 against these goblins, that's only 300 value, right? It's like nothing. So what'll probably happen here is Alfredinho, which would be smart. Since Felcon has overloaded this flank so much, what he wants to do is crush this flank. and then retreat from this one and just like throw chaff in its way. So, you know, the wolf rats here, these, oh god, don't poison your own wolf rats. Oh god, that's gonna hurt so bad if that happens. Okay, it looks like it hit the proper goblins, and now the greenskin force is crushing down on the Skaben position. Now, if they have a plague caster of some sort, they should definitely be dropping some summons in front of Falcon's advance here, because this is a really good play by Alfred. You know, it's 300 gold, but 300 gold it's still something. It's not insignificant. So what he wants to do here is really crush the goblins, just kind of get rid of all the chaff. That allows the stone trolls to be isolated, which would be incredibly smart. Now on the far side, Wolf Chariots getting a little bit ahead of themselves and being attacked by the Packmaster, but I think Falcon's fine with that, as these Spider Riders don't give any shit. They're just moving in and shooting and advancing and really pressing pretty hard. Very little damage going down from the mortar so far, but the Wolf Rat Goon Squad is pretty badass. But now they're going to be meeting some stiff resistance, as Falcon's like had enough of this shit. Going to be coming in with the Hags here. Mortar team's blasting, able to hit the Spider Riders and Goblins, as well as the Wolf Rats. Wolf Rats are really not going to enjoy that. And the Skaven are falling back, which is good. He's not letting Falcon collapse his flank. He's pulling back. He's forcing the Greenskins to kind of push through the chaff and the kind of slog through these cheap summons here. But again, really nice pick here. Some of the Wolf Rats get shut down. They actually get mithered by the Giant River Troll Hags, so they're very slow, and the Spider Riders poison them as well, so their speed has got to be like 15 or something. And it looks like we're about to get the battle for Middle Earth here. I think the Packmaster is going to be charging in. It does intercept the Spider Riders, which is now also involved with Grom the Paunch here. Stone Trolls are coming in. Got to get back with that Packmaster if he decides to fight the Stone Trolls. And all the Spider Riders are getting a nice concave of fire. So what could happen is the Spider Riders can dive into the back line, or they can just sit and shoot at the Packmaster, which could potentially get trapped here. But it looks like Alfredinho is going to be able to get away. And over here, oh baby, is that going to be a Purple Sun? I think it is. Oh yeah, here it comes. Oh, looks like it got canceled at the last second. Yeah, looks like Aspect of the Dread Knight was used instead. But nonetheless, pretty even little trading here, just a little skirmishing. Balance of power is very, very even. Beautiful mortar attack there by Alfred. And he's also been able to make the forest kind of a viable thing, right? Because that, you know, blocks up some of the greenskin monsters' pressure. Trolls and things like that do not want to be fighting in, you know, forests and tree lines like that. But the mortar fire is doing really good. I have to say, this is some immaculate Skaven micro and some really good greenskin micro as well. Both players are just jockeying for that, like, really good position. And it seems like the Skaven are, yeah, doing solid. Nice little Fanatic throw right there by Falcon, able to go through the Storm Vermin and do a little bit of damage. Not as much as I thought it would do, actually. Hellpit Abomination has now attacked. Granted, it does have the buffering of the Council Guard behind it. I think Alfred's being careful because he doesn't want to get Purple Sun here, so he's just letting the Hellpit Abomination fight, at which point he can pull it back. But Stone Trolls piling in, Goblins on the low ground, able to win that respective engagement, so Falcon will be kind of claiming this flank and probably will be able to get us around here. But the mortar teams are doing some really, really good work as well. I know, it's when I watch games like this, I know, there were some people in chat who were like, oh no, Turin, you're like an A-tier player. It's like, when I watch games like this, I'm like, no, this is like the stuff that I can tell these guys are just objectively much better than me. Yeah, great play for sure. Hellpit Abomination fighting in the trees, able to pimp slap that Goblin Wolf Chariot. Plague Monk summons from Scroll, giving some very nice buffering and crowd clearing. And so far, the Hellpit Abomination, that's a bit of a mouthful right there, is in good shape. Now, the one thing that's a little bit scary for the Skaven, if you take a big macro look here at this battlefield, you can see that the Greenskins are slowly getting a bit of a surround here on the Skaven army, except I guess their whole front is kind of collapsed here a little bit. And ooh, this could be really actually rough. This Packmaster needs to not get caught out in the open by like Spider Riders and surrounded. He needs to get away. Packmaster needs to run and kind of unify with Skrulk and the Hellpit Abomination. I think the Skaven kind of have to forsake their big fancy, you know, battle line for now and just start to form the dreaded Skaven Death Star with the Council Guard and Lord Skrulk using Libra Bubonicus and all that sort of good stuff. So Packmaster is currently running, being shot by the Spider Rider archers. This might be a first. Actually seeing the Spider Riders start to run out of ammo across the board is pretty funny. We haven't seen a Purple Sun yet. We've seen aspects of the Dread Knight coming out from Falcon, but Purple Sun, I'm sure, is in the back pocket. I'm sure Falcon sits atop a throne of skulls waiting to cast that. But here comes Spirit Leech. One of the Hags did have Spirit Leech, and Grom the Paunch could potentially run over Skrulk if he's not careful. Skrulk is a pretty, you know, snipeable character. That's one of his biggest weaknesses here. Although it looks like he's going to be using a Libra Bubonicus. Interesting on Grom the Paunch. Grom does regenerate. Oh, the Fanatics are destroying the Council Guard. They took a ton of damage right there. Nasty stuff. Now, there's no Mortis Engine effect. Oh, God, here comes the Purple Sun. The Greenskin Alpha Strike is here. They've got a full surround. Trolls coming in from every direction. The Purple Sun eviscerates the Council Guard, killing 20 models and doing a massive amount of HP damage. However, Alfredinho is not without a fight here. You can see that the Packmaster as well as the other Packmaster are going after Grom the Paunch, and if they can take him out, or at least goon him or rout him or something, that would be incredibly strong. Helpet Abomination's still very healthy too, and Packmasters aren't bad against Stone Trolls. They do have really good AP values with poison, so certainly not slouches. Where they become very weak is when they get surrounded. This is a razor thin game. Razor thin. So here it comes. The dreaded Packmasters fighting against the Stone Trolls. Skaben monsters do have relatively poor leadership. This is not what they want to be doing. I think Skrulk needs to find a way to drop some summons over here, or the Hellpit needs to push over. Currently, you can see Alfred is trying to get away from that blob right there. Falcon's still chasing with Spider Riders all over the battlefield, but it looks like Alfred has actually kind of secured the open field. I mean, some Skaven slaves here fending off these guys. Wolfrat's chasing down these Forest Goblin Spider Riders. It's become a very pitched fight. Look at this, Skrulk with a beautiful Rod of Corruption. Very, very nice right there. That is hitting everything, but one Packmaster is close to breaking. Shock Collar is active, which does give him ITP, and one unit of Stone Trolls is actually broken. Oh man, if the Skaven have a way of chasing off these Stone Trolls, like, I mean, a Packmaster, yeah, probably honestly just send a Packmaster to do it. Let the Hellpit Abomination and Skrulk just bump and grind there in the middle. And it looks like Alfred might be pulling ahead in this game. This will be one of the first times I've seen this Greenskin build defeated. Beautiful play, man. Outstanding. So the Packmaster now rushing over, intercepts the Goblin Wolf Chariots, and the other Packmaster is going to be hunting down the Stone Trolls here, which are certainly running for the hills. Grom the Paunch being hunted by a Packmaster as well. And the Greenskin formation has broken. Now, doesn't mean the game's over. If the Stone Trolls are able to come back, reunify, and there's tons of healing. Both Hags are healing. All the Stone Trolls are healing, right? And they all have a ton of models still, more or less. You know, you can see as soon as they rally, the bounce of power comes back to the middle. Like, right back to the middle here. Beautiful firepower going in to the Packmaster. Shock Collar is active. It does give him leadership as well as ITP. Falcon is about to run out of ammo, though. He has a little bit on this Spider Rider, I suppose. But if any of these Packmasters break, like, if anything in the Skaven army breaks, anything, that's going to be game, and Falcon will probably win. Because the problem is, if this Packmaster does break and run, Falcon has everything to chase it off the battlefield, right? He's completely happy with that. So the Packmaster and company going to be making their way back into the trees, which is smart. You just need to kind of endure the ammunition here and take it like a champ. The Hellpit Abomination going to be waddling back into the tree line as well. And honestly, the Skaven should probably go after these Hags over here. Just get the Packmasters and start gooning them out. Although sending in the injured one first is a little bit risky because Falcon's just going to turn around and start beating them with the sacks of meat. And we don't have Shock Collar off cooldown right now, but one Hag does get hit pretty hard there. Council Guard moving in, which will give the Guardian Aura to the Packmasters as they are characters. And Skrulk and the Hellpit Abomination preparing. So now comes the second fight, and the Greenskins get a second wave. The Resurgence is here. Oh man. Now he's going to need summons. It looks like a summon does come down, but the Wa is active as well. That is a lot of mean stopping power. And the Hellpit Abomination does get hit with a Mither. Beautiful play there by Falcon, slowing down the Hellpit, keeping it from getting back to the blob. Now the Clan Rats and Skaven Slaves are holding pretty well. Skrulk, Rod of Corruptions and Summons could win this game again. We could see it ebb back again, and look at the Rod of Corruption hitting everything. And that Packmaster was able to come back, and Grom the Paunch is getting killed. Grom the Paunch is going down. Hellpit Abomination slaps that fat Chungus right off his chariot. Man, oh man. And this Skaven, they win the game. It's over. They were able to survive the second wave. Holy shit, that was one of the best games we've had in a while. That was so close. And the Skaven win. Wow, what a game. Oh my god. Lazarus, thank you for the donation. He says, stab, stab, stab. You got it, man. That's what happened here. That was such a good game. Oh my god, the positioning, the micro. It was so good. Man, Skrulk with tons of value. The Packmaster play was immaculate. Hellpit was really good too. Mortars kind of got shut down. I mean, yeah, Stone Trolls kind of got crumped a little bit. Grom the Paunch did good. Spider Riders, of course, were super annoying. That was a really good game. All right, let's update it. We got a 1-1 series on our hands. I love it. All right, next up, we'll do the map. We'll do the classic. Everybody likes Oakenhammer. That was a really good game. Yeah. It was so close. It was so back and forth, dude. Alfredinho's coming for blood. So is Falcon. I know, it's making for a great series. Sorry about the cough, guys. It just came out of nowhere. I got so hyped in the commentary. I need to go get some water. Damn, son, that was a great game. I really thought Falcon was going to win that. When that second win came back, the Skaven just looked so tired, and they were all so low, but man. Oh, that was so good. Phoenix Gear, GG, he says. Thank you for the $2, man. Okay, so Alfred is going to go Tomb Kings, Greenskins, and Empire for his 3 factions. And yeah, and now he gets the ban 1, and then Falcon, you guys of course know the 3-pick and ban system we've seen, so I'll update you once we get the details. We will see, man. This has been a great game. Falcon's, he's ready. This is the rubber match. You got PTSD from the insane micro. Oh man. Yeah, it gets ITP. The insane Tomb King's posse. The ITP. Insane clown posse. Yeah, Alfredinho. Yeah, he's a very seasoned tournament player, and I've seen him perform very well in a number of events. He's very skilled. So, yep. So now we have the next match, which Alfred will either be playing Tomb Kings, Greenskins, or Empire. Falcon is scheming his picks right now. I'm sure he's going to bring out the big guns here. So we've seen Falcon on Britonia and on Greenskins. That means he still has Lizardmen, and he still has all of his Elvish factions. Falcon is probably pretty comfortable here, I would say. I would wager Greenskins and Empire. Lizardmen, would he bring his Lizardmen against... I think he'd be fine against Tomb Kings. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Alfred gets a ban too. What is the best faction of the game? It's hard to say, Oscar Jordan. There's a couple of factions that don't have many bad matchups. Greenskins and Skaben are 2 top-tier factions, like hands down. They're both very powerful. So having them fight is certainly fun to watch because it's pretty even. Yeah. You don't need the Condom Wolf. So I actually just remembered we don't need it because unless we... I'll put it up for you guys just for fun. Unless I click on their icons, their armies won't appear. So there's no issue with that. And he bans Falcon's Wood Elves. Yep. I knew he was going to go Lizardmen. So he goes Lizardmen, and he bans Tomb King. So it's either going to be Lizardmen versus Greenskins or Lizardmen versus Empire. Falcon probably the strongest Lizardman player in the community. He's very good at them. Rubber Duck of War says, gutted, I have to head off to work early, but I shall watch the rest on my lunch break. Hell yeah, man. Take care, Rubber Duck. Hope you're doing well, man. Alfred gets a ban. Sounds harsh without context. Yeah, no. He gets to ban one of Falcon's factions. Take care, Rubber Duck. Sleep well, and hopefully work goes smooth for you, brother. Yeah, I'll get Alfred in the next faction war for sure. Find out what his best faction is. Maybe Skaben. Although Hadri's is our resident Skaben. You know, Hadri's won the last faction war as Skaben, so it's got to be him. One sec. Unless he wants to play something different, we'll figure it out. I'm sure Alfred's great at many factions. Has the Condom Wolf? No, it hasn't been outdated, no. If I was not in spectator mode, I would need the Condom Wolf to block. Is the other bracket known? It should be by now. If they're not done by now, I'd be really surprised. Let me go ahead and double check. Pretty exciting stuff. Wow, they're still fighting. Holy shit. Okay, well, it's fine. Good thing this went to game 3. Because it looks like it'll be ready more or less here in a second. Yeah, Von Paul and Ice Power are battling right now to see who will be facing off against Illogical Man 21. Finals, of course, are best of 5. Oh, there you go. All right, man. So Alfredinho sent me a message here that says, I'll do it for the people and because I'm quite metal. He's going Empire. All right, I don't know what he's doing for the people, but I'm quite excited. I hope he doesn't bring Gelt. Although, Plague of Rust isn't terrible against lizards, like with, you know, archers and huntsmen and things like that. Alfredinho, man, a true hero. Yeah. All right. So one sec here. I'm going to grab something from the kitchen. No, this isn't even the finals. This is just the first. I mean, it's top 4 in an 80-plus man tournament, man or woman, you know, whatever. So yeah, it's still a high level. Like, these guys have been playing for like hours to get here. I'll be right back. One second. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, so we got Empire versus Lizardmen. I am an Empire main. My best faction, and probably the one faction I can compete with anyone on, is Empire. But I have not really been great in the Lizardmen matchup. I'd like to see what Alfredino does here so I can take some notes. That is for sure. The Gelt's army of wagons, oh my god. Wagons, Huntsman, and Marcus, yeah, like the DLC army. That would be pretty fun. I mean, it could work. Wagons are meta against Lizardmen with Empire. They're already pretty meta because they're good against the Cav and monsters, and they're like hard to kill. Luminarch with double net. 19 war wagons in a tournament is legal. You could probably bring like 6. I don't know. You'd have to bring the mortar wagons, the basic ones, and the black lions. I'm not sure. I'd have to check the banner rules. You could bring a handful of wagons though for sure. All right. The rubber match, baby, it's on. So hyped for this. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Talk dirty. Oh, my God. So, Alfredino has a Huntsman army. Oh, he's so close to getting to the finals, though, and he's taking this risk. Well. Oh, man. Guys. Guys. Oh, guys and girls. Huntsman. Balthazar Gelt with Plague of Rust. A Netcaster. Templehof Luminarch. Spearman Huntsman. Holy shit, this is a build. Oh my god, this is just going to be so haggard. Oh god. Luminarch, Gelt, Light Wizard combo. So for Falcon, he's got Chameleons, Double Solar Engine, a very meta army for sure. Cold One Spear Riders, and then he's got Skink Priest and... Oh, never mind. Okay, I was about to say meta, and then I see Tic-Tac-Toe. Alright, so Falcon memeing a little bit also. But he's got to be careful. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Well, I almost don't want to even commentate. I just want to watch. Can I just sit here in silence and watch this battle with you guys? The People's Army. Dude, what is this army? The Huntsman. Oh my god, against 4 Chameleon Skinks. The problem is that Solar Engines... The Solar Engines will probably blast at Luminarch. Luminarch has 320 range. They have 240. Yeah, so you know what? He needs to put that Luminarch a little bit further back. Otherwise, his Solar Engines are just going to start shooting it right away. Yeah, I guess we'll see who's more accurate, right? Oh, man. Alfred, you were so close to the finals and you did this. I know you're doing it for the people and we appreciate it, but I also hate to see your glorious run potentially end because you meme too close to the sun. Nonetheless, with ECL, players can qualify... yeah, they can qualify... Or attempt to qualify as many times as they want. So there'll be 8 qualifiers, and I'm sure, regardless of who wins this game, we'll be seeing both of them. Whoever doesn't win it, we'll be seeing them back trying to qualify. So, oh my god, oh my god, Alfred, I love it, but I also am worried. Lazarus, Black Sabbath intensifies, dude. Yeah, some Sabbath is always good. Huntsman should be interesting here too. Plague of Rust Huntsman. You don't think he's necessarily memeing, Dactor? You think there's some like hidden secret that he's had success with? Oh man, I don't know. I'm really curious. I'm really curious. It's a very risky build for sure. Especially since the Luminarch's not at maximum range. Okay, Luminarch is immediately going after the Solar Engine. Yeah, and look, all the Chameleon Skinks from Falcon just like instantly target the Templehof Luminarch. Here it comes. Solar Engine's gonna get popped in the face, 100%. There's no way it's gonna dodge that. Oh, it's going for the other one? Okay. What? That went right through it! That literally touched the Bastillodon. Oh no, and Balthazar and the Light Wizard, what are they doing? They're getting skinked in the front. Oh god, so much damage for free. State Troopers are moving forward. Although the Skinks are certainly getting peppered pretty good. And the Luminarch is ripping its second shot right now. It missed its first one. And here it comes. Will Falcon be able to dodge it this time? And not that time. Direct hit. Alright, Solar Engine certainly not happy about that. And the Huntsmen are actually able to fend back the Skinks, which is quite impressive. Yep, looks like they're just trying to trade here. I guess it's just going to come down to who's able to get the better trades with the Luminarchs. Chameleon Skinks getting peppered really hard by the Huntsman. If the Huntsman can get close enough to the Solar Engines, might be able to actually hurt them with the Plague of Rust combo. There are some nets. Falcon not really using his Cav at the moment. Cav are just kind of sitting idle. It looks like the Huntsmen are now shooting into the cohort of Sotek, who are refusing to die. It looks like the Luminarch, though, is getting popped pretty good. I would have liked to have seen it deployed a little bit further back so he wouldn't pay the Troll Toll as much, but... looks like he's going to be juking that Amber Spear. Hits him directly in the face. So more shots coming in from the Huntsman. State Troopers preparing to engage. Gelt and the Light Wizard just kind of cackling and doing their thing. We are not really seeing Plague of Rust and things like that. Looks like he shoots the other Bastiladon here, but man, oh man, that Solar Engine, or excuse me, the Luminarch is in bad shape right now. Very risky indeed. Look, now all the skinks are going to pile in and try and snipe that Light Wizard. What kind of witchcraft are we going to be seeing from the Light Wizard? It looks like a Plague of Rust going down to the Cold Ones, which the Huntsmen are blasting quite adequately. A nice couple dodges there from the Luminarch, but a Manticore Summon is being used here by Falcon, and that Manticore Summon will be pile driving in, and it'll probably go right after that Luminarch, potentially, or even try and snipe Gelt, which is, Gelt is in the danger zone right now. Alfredino needs to pull him back. The Huntsman combo is working quite well, though. That aspect of his build is very, very strong right now, but man, the Manticore is coming for blood. Another Luminarch shot, able to hit the Bastiladon, but now Gelt is being hunted by that Manticore, like I said. Maybe the Huntsman should... Oh, Gelt might go down here. He's in the danger zone, man. It looks like a net's going down from the Light Wizard. Oh, but not before Gelt gets popped. Gelt might rally. He's only got 200 HP, but yeah, we'll see. Solar Engine's still active. Both Solar Engines, as is the Templeoff Luminarch, but Gelt getting gooned there, quite painful. Granted, he's pretty cheap. Falcon really pulling ahead in the bounce power, though, as all the Empire characters are really, really getting popped pretty good. Luminarch could carry this, though, if he gets some proper cheese. But I feel like Falcon's in a pretty commanding position right now, having killed the characters, and now Tic-Tac-Toe's coming for blood. Oh my god, here it comes. Tic-Tac-Toe is coming for Gelt. Who would have thought in the ECL, potentially top 4 here? But there goes Tic-Tac-Toe, going for blood. It's a cool build by Alfred, though, because it's like almost working, you know? Like almost working. It's just like something is just not clicking. Perhaps the character is just getting caught in that bad situation. And yeah, another Amber Spear from Falcon, able to blast that Templeoff Luminarch. Gelt is 100% done. There's no way. Tic-Tac-Toe is going to have his soul. Gelt trying to get away. Let's focus on this cinematic here. Oh, Gelt's juking, though. He's running, man. Quicksilver or whatever his horse's name is. Can't remember. No, that's actually his Pegasus. So Tic-Tac-Toe is just going to chase him off. This Luminarch might come back. Negative 28. There's certainly chances. And I mean, yeah, like the battle's going pretty well for Alfred, aside from the hero department. Like the Huntsmen are doing some really, really good work. Blasting into these squishy units. If only he had been a little bit more careful, like kept Gelt more deep set with the Luminarch out of range, forcing the Solar Engines to come into Huntsman range. That could have won him the game, probably, actually. But there he goes. The Jaws theme intensifies. You can see there's still a ton of State Troopers. Like, Falcon's army is pretty beat up. There's halberds. There's more halberds in the back. There's spears. Huntsmen have pretty ample ammunition, and now they're getting some great shots here into the Bastiladon. It's still a close game. If that Luminarch actually comes back, it looks like it's negative 15. It's probably going to break off the side. I don't know if it's going to get rallied. Light Wizard is also at 72 HP. So chances are that it won't come back. Definitely a shame for Alfred. So halberds are moving up. Skinks are really good against halberds. Pretty much a hard counter. Halberds are lightly armored and have no missile resist of any way, shape, or form. Falcon does have a couple Cold One Riders kind of lurking in the shadows, but currently the Empire army is really pushing here quite aggressively. Ammunition's running a little bit sparse for the Huntsmen as they continue to try and snipe the Cold One Riders. Now they're going to be focus firing into the Bastiladon Solar Engine, which they are able to get some good shots here. But now that the Luminarch has pushed off the battlefield here, I just don't see much the Empire army can do. There's just too many lizards left. Cold One Riders are going to be able to like cycle charge this shit while Skinks fight them, and the ancient, yeah, there's still a Feral Stegodon at like full health. I mean, if it got like Rampage and Halberds, maybe it could die. But you can see, I know a lot of people like Halberds. I personally don't. Yeah, I feel like they're just so squishy. Pretty cool, though. They're a cool unit. They do have the charge defense. I don't know if it's against... It got changed. It used to be against all, but recently it got changed kind of back here. A very ambitious build by Alfred. And I honestly think it could have worked. If Gelt and the other character had stayed a little bit further back, I think we could have seen a potential Empire victory here. Because this was still a close battle, mind you. Because, you know, you have the range advantage with the Luminarchs. Like, you can force the Bastiladons to have to be in range of your Huntsmen. And then from there you go. Also, the damage he took on his characters was rough. All right, it was a great, awesome attempt. Very well played. But Gelt has been defeated by Tic-Tac-Toe, something I thought I wouldn't be saying today, but, you know, stranger things have happened. Yeah, it was that build is really cool, man. It was really cool. I don't know, maybe you don't need maybe go for, like, Marcus instead and just get the double net and, like, the double snipe there. Nonetheless, it was a really cool build. Well played to Alfred and Falcon. It was an awesome series. Looking forward to having Alfred back in my events, as he certainly put on a great show for the people. Alfred, big hip hip hooray for you, man. It was awesome. So now we're going to go to the bracket. Falcon will advance up, and now we can go ahead and see who has gotten to the top side. So it's going to be Ice Power Total War. And let me go ahead and add his name. One second here. Ice Power Total War. He has done it. So the winner of this series will be facing Falcon in the grand finals in a best of 5. Cool. We're all set. For once, XMT was out-memed. I have to say, Falcon, I think he out-memed you there. Although, perhaps Tic-Tac-Toe does count for a lot of memeage, though. So, very well played. Very, very well played. Awesome game. 3 Hellblasters wins that. Yeah, I suppose so, my friend. GG, well played. All right. So we got Ice Power. Now we need to get the Illogical Man to join up. Alfred, you've won the hearts of the people. If you're here in chat, we hope you know that. So we got Ice Power Total War here, facing off against. Let me make sure I get his name right. How has he spelled it in Discord? Illogical. Okay. Logical Man. All right, so now we're on the top side of the bracket. We'll do a little Pillar of Bone fight here in the beginning. Map set. Good luck, have fun. And they can do their picks and bans, and we can hang tight and enjoy life. And let's do it, man. Let's jump back into the next lobby here. Oh, Ice Power's name. Ice Power's name is too powerful. I gotta shrink it down here. There we go. All right, perfect. Let's get the Condom Wolf up, just to be safe. You always want to put a Condom Wolf on. And yeah. So we have Norska for Illogical Man. He's going Norska, banning Vampirates and Vampire Counts. Certainly good. Norska doesn't like fighting undead in my experience. Falcon. Tic-Tac-Toe OP, he says in chat. He got like 200 value. Yeah, he chased Skeltman. He sent a message. Dude, that build by Alfred was like so perfect. It was like memey, but it was also functional, you know? That was like the coolest thing. Could the Tic-Tac-Toe's pretty hard to snipe. If like Falcon was flying straight at him, it would hit him, but like with proper juking, it would probably never hit Tic-Tac-Toe. But that's why he had a net. He was probably going to try and like net the Lord and like shoot him with the Luminarch and then net him again with the second net, you know? Just keep him locked in place. That was an amazing series. Holy shit, man. So we got Skaben versus Norska. It's a small map too. Mortars are pretty good on Pillar of Bone, for sure. You can get some good mortar play. It's going to be a hard series to follow, but, you know, we'll see how this goes. Ice Power is too powerful to be left alive. Finals are best of 5. A little bit different. It really stretches your faction pool. You know, a lot of people are really good at 3 factions, but beyond that, they tend to struggle and not have good depth when I'm in the same boat. So it really does test your prowess. Cold in chat says, I have to root for Ice Power. He's cold like you. That's true. Ice, cold. You guys are the combo, man. Dude, I found a gourmet hot dog place down the street from my my little condo here. Holy shit, man. It's so good. I wish I'd found those before the hot dog stream. I could have eaten those. Thanks again, guys, for joining today. It's been an absolute blast. Really appreciate all the support. We're back in the swing of tournament season. ECLs are going to be a weekly occurrence now, every single weekend for the next 8 weeks. And 7 weeks, well, whatever, you guys get the picture. And also we're going to have Open Faction Wars become a new weekly series. So we're going to have 2 guaranteed tournaments a week, more than likely, unless something really comes up, like if I have to move or something. But we're in the swing of it, man. Need a Skinwolf Howl on your sound mixer? Yeah, for sure. How many games today in total? So you get 2 best of 3s and a best of 5. So 3-6. You could potentially have, 11 games, but that's at the maximum. So it's so good. Yeah, they do like East Coast style hot dogs, like Chicago hot dogs, New York, Philly dogs. Like it's like all the really, really good stuff. Dude, Glass Cannon, if you're ever in this area, I would happily take you there. When I bit into the first hot dog, I almost felt like a tear of joy. Like it was like a feeling of euphoria and bliss. It was a magical experience. So the hot dog, they have a hot dog, obviously. Then the bun is like, they bake the bread at their own shop. So it's like freshly baked and it has like all this nice seasoning and like flavors on the side of the bread. And then on the hot dog itself, you get the hot dog, You get mayonnaise, you get mustard, you get sauteed mushrooms, you get like grilled onions, like, and then, oh my god, I was just like, I was dying, dude. It was so good. Yeah. Pone has been just like waiting for Wolfric on a mammoth all day in chat. What's the strongest played by the AI this patch? Oh, you're talking about in campaign, Tinkerbell? I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. Usually you can always outsmart the AI, so it's kind of like, what's it called? I'm in OC. I'm not sure. If you search hot dogs in Eagle Rock, California, it'll come up. It's like the only place. Hot dogs at Eagle Rock, yeah. Kielbasa hot dogs and it'll come, yeah. Yeah, Tomb Kings are very strong in FFAs. All right. Let's get rid of the Condom Wolf. Take it off. Time to go in raw, baby. And if we take a look here at the army of the dreaded Skaben, it's going to be led by Ice Power. Got a Plague Furnace. Plague Furnaces are amazing. Pretty much can solo the Norscan infantry on its own. Can summon rats. It can drain their souls. Always quite powerful. We got the Packmaster and Throt the Unclean here with a bunch of Skaven slaves all into the sunset. In the back, we got Mortars, Warp Grinders. Yeah, some Mortars, Warp Grinders, Rat Ogres, double Packmaster with the Plague Priest. Pretty solid little army for sure. And yeah, that's the Skaven force more or less, right? You kill the infantry with the Mortars and the Plague Furnace. You kill the monsters with your Packmasters and Throt and Ogres. That's that. And now for the forces of the Norskins. Illogical Man coming in hard with Footrick. Oh man. We got the Wandering Man, dude. Footrick the Wanderer. Check this bad boy out. That should be interesting. I'm not sure how he's going to function here, but yeah, we'll take a look. Shaman Sorcerer, a Burning Head, and the front line's going to be Marauders backed up by Javelins. Javelins are an amazing idea here. They do die to Mortar Fire, but if they are able to sit on a Furnace or on top of the Packmasters, they can kill them very quickly. We got a whole battalion of Condom Wolves, so it's going to be 4 in total. Skin Wolves on the flanks, double Manticore for gooning potential. And that is it. Cool army, man. Certainly good. What's to stop Skin Wolves? Warp Grinder plus like cheap shitty spears is like your best bet here probably. There's no Wolf Rats. Wolf Rats are the one thing I'm a little bit concerned about Ice Power's army, because Wolf Rats on top of spears annihilate Skin Wolves. But in this case, he's going to have to go in raw and just use his Clan Rat spears with Warp Grinders and Ogre support, which is doable, mind you. It's just a little bit hard. So, T-Dog, you're welcome, man. Hey, don't worry, man. I appreciate you being here. No, don't feel pressured to donate, please. Phoenix Gear, Throt, yes, greatest best lord of Hell Pit. Hell Pit. Yeah, that's probably how you would say that. Phoenix Gear, thank you, man. Been very generous today, and hopefully you're excited to see your dreaded Skaven. The Illogical Man coming in with his Norscan Horde. This used to be a matchup that was very bad for Skaven pre-DLC, but the new Molder monsters have helped quite a bit, and I think Skaven are more than apt at fighting here, so we'll see if the Norscan Hordes can overwhelm them. So the Skaven going to be squaring up. They got Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary. They got their fists ready for this advancing Skaven, or excuse me, Tomb King. Not Tomb King. This is Norska. God. What happens when you don't get enough sleep? Your just brain doesn't work. Plague Priest here. Going to be pushing out. Good play here by Norska, falling back. You know, this allows time for like a full surround, right? So the Norscan Goon Squad can just like come up on this flank here. And that is a lot of stuff to have to stop. M. Petzelis, thank you for the tenor, man. Thanks, Turin. Great content as always. I got you, man. I know for the Australians, for once, this is a good time for you guys. So, or is it Australia? I'm not sure if that was what your currency was, but hey, man, really appreciate it. So this is a good summon by Ice Power. He's going to be summoning Clan Rats on top of the Javelins, which is very annoying for the Norscan player. Mortar teams continuing to hammer the Marauders, but nobody really cares about the Marauders. They're there to be sacrificed to the Raven, the Hound, you know, whatever else those particular Marauders worship. They're going to be pushing into the Skaven army. The biggest thing is going to be defending against the Condom Wolf rush, like this huge onslaught here of Norscan Ice Wolves and different units here. He's got to make sure not to forget about those bad boys. So one unit of Javelins is battling the Clan Rats here. Clan Rats will disappear in due time. And now we got Skaven Slave Slingers throwing into the Condom Wolves. It looks like a logical man. A little bit conservative with this engagement here. I think he may have kind of changed his tune about trying to hit this flank, as it seemed Ice Power was quite prepared for it. Now, Throt the Unclean and the Packmaster are going to be attacking these Marauders. A nice Burning Head coming down from Norska, though. Able to roast those Skaven Slave Spears. Definitely creates a bit of an opening, but the Plague Furnace is just doing huge damage. Manticores need to get busy, man. They need to get involved, start attacking things. And now it looks like they're going after the Mortars, which is certainly not a bad idea. Although, you got to watch out. The Slingers can actually pepper them down pretty effectively, and the Ogres turning around and attacking them could rampage them. Plus, Throt with Creature Killer. Man, oh man. Throt is very good at killing big targets with his Creature Killer. Maybe just go after that Manticore, to be honest. Condom Wolves coming around the back. Very, very wide route here for Norska. The frontline fight is going pretty badly considering they don't have any monster support. The large portion of Norska's funds haven't even been committed to combat yet. Now it looks like the Ice Wolves are going to be trying to push in. Condom Wolves going for a really, really wide wrap right here, which he might end up paying the troll toll for. These are only Skaben slaves, so even though they are spears, you can sometimes bunker bust them with, like, you know, large things in enough mass here. So one Manticore is taken out. Ice Power doing an excellent job of shutting down that Manticore, and here these Norskan Ice Wolves are pushed back by Throt the Unclean and the Packmaster, no problem. So Footrick the Wanderer is fighting in the front. He's pretty healthy. You know, looks like he's fighting like Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers. This Manticore completely gooned out, and the Condom Wolves, he does forget about them a little bit, which is unfortunate. So obviously they've been playing in a long tournament, can get tiring. So, you know, sometimes players can slip up a little bit in the later stages of a tournament, but it is all good. So he's getting around. This is actually the first good angle he's really got here. If a Logical Man could grab the Plague Priest, attack in here, pin it in place, that would be a huge play. On top of that, piling into the mortars, and now it looks like he is going to be going in after the Plague Furnace, which is a very, very good call. Balance of Power, though, is slipping more and more into the favor of the Skaben. Although killing the Plague Furnace would be an excellent start for getting back into this, and a nice Hunter of Champions going down. He's able to slow down the Plague Priest here, and yeah, really soften that thing up. And the Manticores are able to kill it. And Norska could potentially get a rally here. You know, if Skaven lose their Furnace, they lose their summons, they lose their magic. You have to battle a million Condom Wolves, and now the Condom Wolves are starting to go a little bit crazy, tearing apart these Warp Grinders. Javelins are coming back, Manticores coming back. Certainly a lot that Norska still has in its back pocket. So the Plague Furnace is down, but Footrick the Wanderer, a little bit unsupported. The Skin Wolves are not the most durable creatures in the world, right? And yeah, you can even see Footrick here is completely surrounded, being beaten on by Ogres and Throt. You know, foot characters are relatively durable, but what needs to happen is the Shaman Sorcerer here needs to cast a big Burning Head right in this formation. And there it is. Burning Head won't damage Rat Ogres, but it can potentially break their leadership with the burnt effect. But more importantly, it'll get rid of the Skaven infantry and allow you a little bit more wiggle room here. So here come the Javelins, Marauder Hunter Javelins moving in. And this is certainly very, very good for the forces of the Norskins. Balance of Power is a little bit Skaven favored, but they do have summons on the battlefield, which is something to take into account. But it looks like Footrick is getting manhandled by Throt and the Packmaster. I mean, it's a 2v1. Obviously, 1v1, he might have a decent fight there, but in this situation, it's going to be very, very bad for him. So Javelin's still peppering in, man. Norska getting a bit of a resurgence as the Skin Wolves are able to start tearing apart the Rat Ogres. You know, if Footrick can endure this, if he can just not die here and the Skin Wolves can start killing everything and Norska rallies back all these other forces, this could actually be a comeback for Norska. I mean, I still think it's a slim chance. I think it's certainly going better for the Skaven here, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility. He just needs to make sure to rally everything. Here we have Norskan Ice Wolves chewing on the Skaven slaves, killing those models. Ooh, but the mortars being back? Ouch. Pretty much all the rallying Norskins are going to be cooked by those mortars. Just absolutely punished here. So Footrick is trying to wade through these ogres and get on top of the value targets. Looks like he's going after Throt the Unclean here. Trying to get a little bit of a gooning attempt, but you know, on foot, he's not going to have much say about that, right? Throt's going to be able to get away and outrun him. And now it looks like Norska is kind of falling apart here in the battle. Skaven got their mortar teams online. The Packmaster and Throt are both in no danger whatsoever. The Manticore's rampaging. And with the mobility of Skaven here, they're going to be able to pretty much just go and snipe the high-value Norskan assets one by one. The Condom Wolves will get chased off. And that's going to be GG. Ice Power Total War claiming victory here in the top 4. So yeah, a little bit of an awkward engagement for Norska. They took too long wrapping up. I think you can't wait that long. What you do is you slam those Skin Wolves into the flank, onto the Skaven Slave Spears, and then you Burning Head them. They break instantly, and then the Skin Wolves are in the back line, right? That's what you normally see, but a little bit too conservative with the engagement. Still some decent play nonetheless by a Logical Man, but you know, can't make too many mistakes against the dreaded Skaven, man. So that is going to be one game for the Ice Power Total War. We'll be going on to the next match here in just a moment. Let's do it to it, man. A Logical Man saying that Plague Priest play at the beginning nailed me. Yeah, summons were very strong, says Ice Power Total War. Some good back and forth here from the players. Let's do River Amixon. Hey, no problem, Logical Man. It was a good game. Don't stress it. Map set. So let's see what they pick and ban here. Needed double mammoths. Mammoths are always good. Yeah, mammoths are strong. Throt can do some work against them, but even Wolfric Mammoth with you know, Hunter of Champions can trade pretty well. Luca knows what's up. No, yeah. Chad Ogres. Can Norska bring death magic? Yeah, they can. They have a Shaman Sorcerer of Death. Yeah, it's pretty good. Fire is the best against Skaven, in my opinion, though, in that matchup. Like, Burning Head is so good for clearing out chaff and, like, breaking positions. Okay. That's fine. I can do another. Yeah, okay. So players saying that they have disconnect problems on that map, so we'll switch to another one. I don't care. It's fine. Let's go ahead and do the Crack of Karkin. I already played a small map, so I don't want to put him on another sausage map again. Ogham Shard is cool. We'll do that. All right, so we're on Ogham Shard. Ogham Shard's a pretty awesome looking map. What is Tomb King's best lord in multiplayer? Ark in the Black, hands down, in my opinion. Yeah. Hands down. So the players can do their picks and bans now, and we'll just hang tight and enjoy each other's company in the meantime. Chat demands Dawi. Ice Power is a Dark Elf player. That's like his favorite faction, so.
Here's your repower snack.
Dziękuję bardzo. Dobrze. My lovely wife stopping by. Saying cześć. Yeah, it should be fun though. I'm curious to see what they'll pick here. I wonder if we'll get a Druki pick. So Ice Power picks Dark Elves. Oh, we're getting the Dark Elves. Thank you, darling. I got it. Okay. So we're getting Dark Elves banning Greenskins and Skaven. And we'll see what a Logical Man picks. I think a Logical Man likes to play Chaos and Skaven himself, so that's really strong because Chaos probably doesn't want to face Dark Elves, I don't think. And yeah, we'll see. Which factions benefit the most from a big map? Artillery factions, typically speaking. Or kite factions, like if you want to kite or play artillery, you like big maps. Guac says, chat does not demand Dawi. Oh, man. So we will see. Professor Pone says, Arkin, Turin, although Arkin can't double Druid Sandstorm, which is the best Tomb King's move, it is. The double Druid Sandstorm is unstoppable. Is Empire still a strong pick? Yes. Kevin Jeong. Whenever I play against like a top player, let's say like an S tier player, right? The only games I'm able to win are like when I play Empire. I mean, I'm an Empire specialist myself, but with Empire, you ban dwarves and you ban vampire counts, and you have a chance in every other matchup. Some are like slightly bad for you, but you can still hang and win. Like Empire doesn't have many matchups where they're like hard favored, but they yeah, they're just awesome, man. I love Empire's my favorite. They're so cool. Luca, no, I don't play Vermintide. No. It's too much clicking. My hands are still recovering from surgery even after like 6 months. You know, I had serious nerve damage in my right hand that I didn't know about, and now it's going to take like a while for the nerves to go back to normal. It's just how it works. It's a long process. Hey, Turin, just want to say hello and to the wonderful Turin and Lady Turin. Ah, right back. Simpleton Sage. Appreciate that, man. The Grumble levels plus 69. That's what she said. Oh, yeah, we got Beastmen versus Druki. Now, this is a Beastmen favored matchup, in my opinion. But I think a Dark Elf specialist probably is used to this. So I do think this is Beastmen favored. But I think Druki can fight this in the hands of someone who's really, really prolific at them. So we'll see if Ice Power can do it. If Ice Power doesn't bring the Chill of Sontar, I'm gonna riot. Are you gonna storm the lobby, Pwn? Oh man. Oh, Luca, please, no worries, man. Come on now. Don't stress it. Logical Man says, let's do it. Ice Power Total War is ready as well. And now we go forth into glorious combat. Bring Dark Shards? Oh my god, not against Beastmen, probably. No. I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be full kite. It'll be like Scourge Runners, Repeater Crossbows, like Doomfire Warlocks. Like, that's what I would expect. Because fighting Beastmen head-to-head really sucks. I mean, you can go for like a Haggard Marathi Death Star and like try and debuff them down and just Soul Stealer blob them. But I don't know. I wouldn't like that. Yeah. I know. And here we go, man. I'm doing good. Yeah, Sunday stream's going to be really fun too. We're going to have like an open faction war. And then the weekend after that, we're going to have the main faction war where every single faction is guaranteed to be played on stream. So I got to start coordinating that. I haven't really done any work for it yet, but I'll start reaching out to folks. Yep. Sigvald's really good. Yeah, Sigvald's great. He's a good character. All right, guys, and for the Druchii army, check this shit out. We got Marathi on her Hellsteed with Soul Stealer, obviously. Double Manticore up in the sky. The baseline army is going to be Bleak Swords and Dread Spears, double Scourge Runner, Cold One Knights, and Doomfire Warlocks and Dark Riders. Pretty interesting army. It's very balanced. Not too much ranged. Joe Smith, what about Empire versus Skaben? Slightly Skaben favored, but Empire can win it. Like, it's fine. If I play Empire versus Skaben, I'm totally cool with it. Yeah. You just like usually rush them with like 4 Empire Knights, 2 Knights of the Blazing Sun, Volkmar, some Unbreakable, troops, and you're okay. I mean, it's still really hard, but you can win it. So that's it for the Dark Elf army. And now for the Beast People. We got the classic Spawn Spears with Ungor Raiders in the back. Ungor Raiders, a nice counter tool against like Dark Rider repeater crossbows and things like that. Centaurs, Ungor Spearmen, Centaurs everywhere. We got, Kazarak One Eye, baby! Hell yeah! Look at that. Oh. Hell yeah. Frickin' Kazarak the One Eye, dude. This guy's not taking any chances here. He's a man after our own hearts. That is a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out for him. So it's a Beastman Centaur Swarm with a core of Spawn and Ungor Spearmen. Hey, User Joe, welcome. I'm glad you're able to catch a live stream, my friend. Of course, the winner of this series will be facing off against the Dark Lord Felcon in a best-of-5 final to be earning the first qualifier spot for ECL Season 6. Gone through 6 seasons, man. We've had 3 Felcon victories. We've had a Zyphos victory and a Flying Taco victory so far in the ECLs. And it is time. Dude, it's Kazarak. How could you not be happy about Kazarak? It's Kazarak. He's here. He's got one eye, dude. You would think such a, you wouldn't be such a fearsome fighter with one eye, right? Like your depth perception, there's so many issues. So Scourge Runner's doing a little bit of poke on the flanks, just trying to shoot these Centaurs down, which is good. You want to kill the Beastmen mobility so then you can be free yourself. Granted, Beastmen have a lot of mobility here. They have, I think, 4 Centaurs in total. Some Harpies flying up in the trees, I think. No, those are actually Centaurs up in the hill here. Slanesh's Harvester is going up here, trying to fight those guys up on the high ground. This is kind of cool. Like, the terrain's actually coming into play. But it's not like a toxic way. It's not like the whole army's up on this hill. Oh, man. Illogical Man better watch out. He pulls back. Good play. All right, so if he can get away from those Harvesters or pull them into this engagement. Ooh, this could be a good Beastman ambush. Nah, do you want to turn around and fight here? Probably not. Not with the Golden Knights. Although you do have Razor Gores here. You could like try and get us around. That'd be really funny if the Beastmen like headed them off right here. Now, as far as the mainline fighting goes, hasn't really started yet. Beastmen will be pretty scary. Spawn will tear apart Bleak Swords super hard. Spawn, arguably one of the best freaking Monstrous Infantry units of the game. Bray Shaman of Death, dropping Spirit Leeches onto the Scourge Runner Chariots. Really, this is kind of the exciting area of the battlefield as Marathi decides to take a fight against the Razor Gores. A little bit risky. I mean, she's got double Manticore, but if the Beastmen are able to get us around on her in open field, they could kill her. They could. It would be messy, but you never know. Although blobbing on Marathi has been the doom of many a men and women here in Warhammer Fantasy, as doing that means you're getting debuffed by her Enchanting Beauty and Heartrender in the Dark Sword, and on top of that, you're taking Soul Stealers right in the face. Nice little Doom Bolt going down right there. I think that might have been the Wand of Caridon there from Marathi, dropping on top of the Ungors and doing some solid work. But the Beastmen don't want to wait any longer. They need to advance and just crush all the Dark Elf infantry. It's pretty much free real estate. And the Dread Spear should be dying rather quick. Ungor Raiders shooting into the Scourge Runners, and all is good in the hood. So it looks like we're about to get our blob fight. And the Dark Elves really want this, dude. Like, they're pushing. Ice Power wants to just attack here, form a blob, and Soul Stealer. But it's dangerous against Beastmen. Like, really, really dangerous. Marathi going in, actually attacking Kazarak the One Eye. But now she's going to get attacked by everything. So let's see if Ice Power... Oh, God, that Soul Stealer. The bait was taken. But Marathi is paying a bit of a troll toll. If the Beastmen can, like, bring just a ton of shit here and overwhelm this position, Kazarak should have some buffs. Double Soul Stealer going down from the Doomfire Warlocks. I don't think it might stack, actually, since one's like a lesser Soul Stealer. I'm not sure. But, a fair amount of damage going in. Kazarak doesn't take that much. Kazarak should have some sort of buff, so it looks like he doesn't. No, he's just chilling there. And he's not a Beast Lord. I always forget that. Ungor Raiders shooting into Cold Knights, getting a little bit of damage in, but it looks like the Druchii are going to win this engagement here. Obviously, Kazarak's pretty terrible, and the Razor Gores are just going to get routed off by the Manticores. And that, unfortunately for the Beastmen, especially if Kazarak gets caught here and doesn't get away, that could honestly just be a quick GG. Yeah, Kazarak's getting manhandled. God, he's so freaking haggard. Kazarak just trying on a stupid chariot. So here we have Ungor Raider. Sorry, I just like hate Kazrak. It's just like, I mean, I think he's a funny character, but I just like always lose when I bring Kazrak, like every time. Yeah, we'll see. Both players saying good luck, have fun. The Beastmen are doing well elsewhere, right? Like they've been able to crump. I think the Beastmen would have been better off keeping their Lord with like the front line and using the spawn to like roadblock. Giving the Dark Elves that blob fight and a Soul Stealer, a little bit trying for sure. But the battle's far from over. There's still a massive Beastman army. And, you know, the Dark Elves don't have too much sustainable infantry left. I have a couple of Bleak Swords and Dread Spears, but nothing that the Beastmen can't kill in a matter of seconds. So Kazrak's still going strong. We'll see if he can earn a couple 100 gold value here as he rides through those Bleak Swords. Cleaves a couple of them asunder. Spawn piling into the swords. Very, very strong. One man score took quite a bit of damage. But the Doomfire Warlocks here of Ice Power doing an excellent job really shutting down the Ungor Raiders, and the Scourge Runners are sitting safely in the distance, shooting their anti-large shots wherever they pretty much please. Balance of Power is a little bit Druki favored as they're able to pick off more and more Centaurs. Currently, here you can see the Beastmen are able to collapse onto the Bleak Swords. It's so weird seeing Dark Elf versus Beastmen fight. It's been something I haven't seen in quite a bit of time. But the Druki seem to be in a pretty commanding position. However, there's still a Deathcaster. You know, one misplay from Wrathy or the Manticore is getting rampaged into a bad situation. I think the best bet here for Logical Man is to keep his army in a big ugly blob and just methodically push and kill all the Druki infantry that he can catch. Although this Manticore could be a really nice pick if it stays, but nice control by Ice Power. He pulls it away, and oh no, the Deathcaster is isolated here. I don't know how that happened. But the Deathcaster was kind of roaming around on this part of the battlefield, and it was caught, and now you can see Spirit Leeches are going down to try and, you know, save it here. But the Manticores and the Doomfire Warlocks here probably going to be able to kill that Bray Shaman, more than likely. We will find out. And right now, he's trying to roll dirty and get away from here. Look at the Bray Shaman. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them Beastmen rolling. Ride. He's just trying to get away. But anyways, Marathi's hunting down the Bray Shaman here. But the Spawn are able to save it, which is quite nice. It certainly gives him a fighting chance. Old Kazrak One Eye, man. He's got one eye, and that's about it. That's pretty much all he brings to the battlefield here. So this is a best of 3. It is the round of 4. The winner of this will be going on to play a best of 5 final versus Felcon. Ice Power versus Felcon would be, I believe they're in the same clan, so it would be a clan duel. Balance of Power pulling even more into the favor of the Druki as the Soul Stealer pounds into the soul here of this Bray Shaman. Old Kazrak One Eye being manhandled by Marathi. You would think the mighty Beastman Warrior would be able to fight Marathi, but no, not on his chariot. It's going to be running in, going hog wild to the Dread Spears. And now the Bray Shaman of Death has fallen. Looks like being shot by the Scourge Runner chariots. Hey, Johan. Thanks for the donation. He says, no message, just enjoying the stream. Me too, man. Me too. And yeah, it's looking grim. I think the Beastmen are kind of out at that point. Kazrak just is, he's so haggard, man. God, like he probably got like 400 value. Oh, actually 1100, I'm wrong. Okay, he almost paid for himself. I think Kazrak on a chariot costs like 1600 or something. But yeah, he's just so vulnerable. Marathi's such a hard counter. Like a Manticore can kill him in combat. It's but really, I mean, like the Beastman army could have won that fight. It just came down to that blob fight where he got Soul Stealered and nuked. Like that cost him so much value. Definitely just taking that forward aggression, keeping his army focused and centralized, and avoiding the blob fights. I think you know, a Logical Man could have won that with that build. It wasn't just Kazrak's fault, as much as I joke about him. Marathi got 1500, Doomfire Warlocks got 2000, Scourge Runners got about 1000 apiece. Pretty good value there. Yep. That is it. GG, Ice Power Total War, whipping out the Druki. Despite everybody giving him shit lately, he whips him out and does a great job. So it's going to be Ice Power Total War against Felcon in the grand finals. Very well played. We will get Felcon joining this lobby in just a second, and the duel of duels shall begin. We'll go from there. GG, well played. Logical Man says, "Ah, well, I got too nervous." No worries, man. It was a well played game. I'm sure we'll see you back in the top 4 in no time, my friend. It's easy to make those mistakes. Don't you stress it. So Felcon, if you are watching, please join up. We'll get you in the Valley of Thieves first. We'll do a little Tomb Kings map. Can't remember what Valley of Thieves is like. Is that the one that has that weird hill? I don't think so. I wish I could like check the map a little bit better before I go. I love the name Danger Donger. It's pretty great. Thank you, Lord Pone, for your blessing. Oh, that's so good. All right, let me hit up Felcon in chat. Cool. So this is interesting. The two clanmates are going to duel. It's the Padawan and the Master. I don't know who's who, but we'll find out here. Should be fun. Dude, I had some serious sideburns until a couple days ago, speaking of some Elvis stuff. Beastmen are a good faction for sure. Just, yeah. They're good. I mean, they have a fair amount of bad matchups, but Beastmen specialists can be really scary, man. That was a fun mobility-heavy match. All right, so the clanmates are here. They're like, we did it. All right, I should put them on the Wildwood prison. Just cackle at them. So, knowing that they're clanmates and they're both in XMT, you guys may be getting a relatively memey final. But the cool part about seeing memes in competitive play is sometimes you can see, you discover things that you normally wouldn't try. Oh my god. So Falcon goes Lizardmen and says no bans. No bans at all. Danger Donger, you love the name? You're from Italy? Oh, right on, man. My ancestors were from Italy. They were from northern Italy, near Lake Como. And then also, some of my Italian ancestors lived under the Swiss Alps on the Italian side. That's more or less where half my family comes from. Gokthim says he's grown a massive corona beard. Yeah, not trimmed it for 6 months. I was in the same boat. My hair is getting really long again. It actually like comes down over my eyes if I brush it. So the long Jesus hair is coming back. I'm going straight biblical up in this hoe. But Anna like doesn't like when I have facial hair, so she bought me this really awesome razor that's like super easy to use. So at least I've been clean cut. Take a screenshot of the map after loading. Yeah. Oh, what is he doing? I think. Yeah. No. Oh, never mind. Falcon's going Beastmen. Guys. Falcon is going Beastmen with no bans. I'm sorry. He changed it at the last second. And Ice Power is going Vampire Coast. Oh my god. This is going to be so fun. All right. Let's get into the lobby here. Yep. Looks good. So Beastmen with 0 bans. And Ice Power is going to go Sartosa. Oh my god. Holy shit. Your ancestors are from Mars? Speaking of belters, Mango, I've been enjoying, man. The Expanse is so good, that sci-fi show. It's so horrible having to wait each week for an episode. It's like torture. Like, I wish they would just release it like a Netflix show and I could binge it. God, The Expanse is so good. I'm loving it so much right now. So Falcon saw you guys talking shit about Beastmen, and here he is, so. The Beastmen cockiness, I know. I was really hoping Ice Power would like counterpick him with vampire counts and we could see how he would approach that, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Sorry if I step back for a minute. I'm like munching on these little almonds and to give me some energy here for the finals, but I don't want to chew in the microphone, so I might sound a little bit distant right now. Dude, The Expanse is so good. It's amazing. It's like, oh, it's so awesome, dude. I'm gonna read the books once I finish once the show concludes. I'll go read the books, but I don't want to like spoil anything because I read pretty quick. So watch Falcon take Kazrak. You know what? He might take Kazrak against frickin' Haggard Sartosa. You know, since they're memeing, I should put them on like a meme map. I should put them on like the Galleon's Graveyard and just make them fight on like thematic maps. You made a live stream. We're in the grand finals. I have this like yoga ball I'm sitting on right now. What are S tier factions at the moment? Okay, I'm done eating now. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just really hungry. I haven't eaten anything since like 7:30 in the morning. You know, it's almost 5, so. S tier factions, Greenskins, Skaben. I would say are S tier. Yeah, Greenskins and Skaben. Like, they're just incredibly strong, both of them. Like, in the hands of people who really know what they're doing, God, Greenskins and Skaben are terrifying. I like the 40k lore, though, too. For me, like, liking the lore is really important. Not to say I couldn't get into lore for other games, Slitherpuff. But, you know. I really enjoy 40k, and I already, like, have invested so much time painting, so. It's going to be really interesting. The winner of the series, of course, will be qualifying for the ECL Grand Finals of Season 6, and they won't have to try and qualify again. So, Falcon getting a quick tea while we load in here. Sartosa is about to roundhouse kick out his other eye. That's really funny, dude. I think greenskins are S tier, yeah. %. Greenskin, Skaben. Yeah, they're two S tier factions, I think, for sure. Vampire Coast is really strong, but I feel like they've kind of come down a notch. I think Vampire Coast is like an A tier faction now. I don't think they're S tier anymore. Yeah. Maybe like an A plus for Vampire Coast. I don't know. Like, I'm not like... Even I was playing some games with Inticity, and he was kind of talking about, he's like, you know, the builds I used to do before just don't work as well anymore. It's kind of like, they're still really powerful, but, you know. The Expanse started as a campaign for a sci-fi variant of D&D. Oh, that's cool. Turn in the Empire vs. Orc matchup. Orcs can Night Shroud Giants. They can, but it's not good. Because as soon as they're in range, you just net them down and shoot them with like 3 handgunners, and they die like instantly. Who do you favor in this matchup? Well, considering he's playing Sartosa, the Beastman. Because that means he can't use Luther, he can't use Noctilus. He's going to be using either Aranessa or like a Vampire Fleet Captain. And Beastmen actually don't have a terrible matchup verse. I think it's not as bad as people think. I think good Beastmen players can actually be very scary against Ghost. The Vanguard, the Ungor Raiders are really cost effective. Razor Gores can like kill crabs and shit. Yeah. Garland Green in chat asks, worst starting position for a Legendary Lord in campaign. My vote goes to Kalita. Yeah, Kalita's in a weird position. I don't know. I always disliked Nakai's starting position. Like in Mortal Empires, he's just like up in Albion, and it's like all weird and shitty, and there's like attrition everywhere. It's just like, ugh. But I'm not a super big campaign guy. I've played most of them, but obviously I focus more on multiplayer. Double Cygor with the Cygor summon. That's pretty ballsy. Cause no, probably not. I wouldn't use Cygors against the Vampire Coast. So the one thing that Sartosa gets is they get like the living units, which are like, they just suck compared to the deckhands from a cost analysis perspective. You know what? We could see some bloats, actually. I think we might see at least a bloated corpse. Just one. Those are some good snacks. Maybe 2 bloats. The bloats could be relatively strong. Not strong, but they could like take out like a gore herd or something. I don't know. It's hard to say. I wish bloats didn't detonate when they get like poked. That's like one of the worst feelings ever. They should give them like a little bit more HP and stuff, yeah. Harpies are very good against Coast for sure. They can chase down gun bats, and they can also land onto cannons and artillery positions and are relatively tough to peel. Yeah, Emmerich's starting position is actually pretty difficult. Yeah, you have like Clan Eshin down there. It's like awkward. There's Skaven dwarves. It's like it's pretty trolly down there. 19 bloats. It's a tall order, my friend. Bloats just eat arrow fire. Yeah. It's like the worst feeling in the world when you have a bloat like running an open field trying to get to something, and then they just like shoot it with like one cannon and it just explodes. Turin, you must remember that one time someone played Sartosa in a tournament with 4 bloats and Bess against greenskins. I mean, that could work. I'm pretty sure I've done that before. Like in a King of the Hill. I don't think it was an actual like ranked tournament or whatever, but... Aranessa here. Unit caps unchecked, yeah. Matter, we don't use unit caps because we have our own rules, the banner rules, which supersede that. So when you're using ladder, that's good, or just playing casually with your friends, but we have our own rule sets that pretty much everyone in the multiplayer community uses in the tournament scene and things like that. Or at least on our Discords. Do bloats count as SEs? No, they don't. So you could literally take like a bunch of them and, okay, there's no blocker up. We're all set. 0-0. It's going to be Falcon of XMT facing off against Ice Power of XMT. And you know what? This Sartosa build actually doesn't look bad. He's got Aranessa on a crab, which is cool. She has anti-large, and she gives anti-large, so against like Minotaurs and things like that, it can be quite scary. Animated Hulks, oh my god, a bloated corpse, Gallows Giant, Vampire Fleet Captain here, more animated Hulks, more bloated corpses, oh god. And it looks like we have Zombie Power Deckhand mobs, so he didn't go for the Sartosa living? Oh, he did. He brought some Sartosa free company on the flanks. Jesus. Yeah, the rules are in the Discord, so if you're in my multiplayer Discord, you just go to the tournament rules section, and you'll see them. It's the first thing you'll see there. All right. This is something quite magical. So triple Hulk, backed up by Bloats, Aranessa, and we have a couple dogs, and yeah, Bloaty Boys, that's pretty much it. So for Falcon, he heard us talking shit about Kazarak, so he decides to go with the Beast Lord. Beast Lord's actually pretty good compared to Kazarak, because you use the Horn of the First Beast plus Apocalyptic Visions, you stack those, and you get like plus like freaking 48 melee attack, which is pretty insane. So it's a Mino bust. He's got Minos, Great Weapons, Minotaurs, Spears, and Gorbel, Bray Shaman of the Wild. And that's it. Dude, it's just like, oh my god, look at this build. Yep, he's just barely over the minimum. Falcon's army has 315 troops. Oh god, 315. The minimum you have to have in the rules is 300. So Falcon's army is literally just Minotaurs. Like, it's all Minotaurs with like a Beast Lord. He's just going to bum rush right up the middle and just like no strategy whatsoever, which is hilarious. Well, this is interesting because like normally you wouldn't see this, right? But since these guys are kind of messing around, it's showing you guys some different, potentially good ideas, right? I mean, we'll see. I'm not sold on the Hulks, but Thermopylae 2.0, but I don't even remember the Persians being undead. Says Ice Power. Oh, yeah, man. The Vampire Coast theme song is so good. It's so good. Take our memes, but don't get old, yeah. Well, here you go. It's the Bray Minotaur Rush. That is, how many Minotaurs in total? Looks like 6. 3 Great Weapons and 3 standard variants. Gorbel, Beast Lord. And you know, Vampire Ghost might be in some trouble. I don't know if they have like enough raw damage output to really just crush the Minotaurs. I guess Gallows Giant can do some work. And there is a bloated corpse, which is eyeing the Minotaurs here. Oh my god, are we going to get a bloat going into... I'm curious what it'll do against Monstrous Infantry. I haven't seen that in a long time. Here comes the bloat. Come on. Come on. Oh no. Oh no, the Beast Lord's coming for the bloat. Just go into the Minotaurs. Just go into the Minotaurs. Oh, that should do a ton of damage. Look at it, did like 100 damage. That's so stupid. So now the Beastmen are swarming in. A ton of great weapons on the Gallows Giant. Gallows Giant will get Shrek'd if it doesn't get its support very, very quickly here. But it gets a nice flamethrower volley right into the center mass of those Minotaurs. We have Aranessa attacking the Minos from this side. She does have the Spearfisher's Net, so it can drop some pretty good stuff here. And now the Gallows Giant's going to be trying to escape while the Vile Tide goes down, and a Spearfisher's Net is used on the Minotaurs with shields. And here comes the countercharge from the Scurvy Doggos. Up on the high ground, Scurvy Dogs from Ice Power do get collapsed by the Minotaurs with great weapons. And the battle rages on. Pistol Summon coming in here from Ice Power Total War. Going to be shooting downtown, and the Gorbel going in ham here. But Aranessa's coming. Aranessa is anti-large. Nice little flamethrower. Potentially killing a Minotaur model. Can't really tell there. Yeah, the double Krabos could be very scary for the Gorbel. The Horn of the First Beast plus Apocalyptic Visions has been popped. Falcon's entire army is on steroids right now. Melee attack in the 80s and 90s for all of the Minotaur units. But the Beastmen might be in a little bit of trouble here. Vampires have stabilized from the initial rush, and now you can see the Gorbels kind of get worked on. The Minotaurs are taking a lot of damage. Falcon only has Ungor Spearman herds really fighting as far as like sustainable chaff. And Fellbats are kind of swooping. He's trying to maybe wait for some of the Minotaurs to break here. Bounce of power, though, is it's pretty even, I suppose. Yeah, the animated Hulks are dying. The living troops are all running for the hills, as expected, and it looks like there's going to be a zombie summon right in the middle of this Beastman army. You know what? Getting Fellbats and rear charging the Minotaurs while they're in that blob would actually be pretty strong. Aranessa does have the Kraken's Vein, so she is giving anti-large to the Hulks, so the animated Hulks actually do have anti-large, which is very, very cool. Nonetheless, they're still just trash, but, you know, they're still trying their best. Those poor crab boys. Gallows Giant could get some terror routes, too. Basic Minotaurs. Although, do Minotaurs have ITP? I didn't think they did. There must be something going on here. I could be wrong about that, I guess. Who knows? Anyways, here it looks like there's going to be a Vile Tide going down, nuking the Sartosa Free Company once again. Do Minotaurs have ITP? Why is that? Oh, is it the Frenzy? I think it's because of their Primal Frenzy. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, just had a brain fart there for a minute. But it currently looks like Aranessa and the Vampire Captain are kind of getting worked on by this mass of Minotaurs here. The fight keeps going, man. The bloat's not really doing a whole lot, although it looks like I think all the bloats have pretty much been used. And against Minotaurs and stuff, they're not going to be terribly efficient. Taunt going down onto the Gorbel. Going to make him a prime time target for the Gallows Giant, which is trying to make its way over. Spearfisher's Net onto the Minotaurs used once again, locking those guys down, lowering their melee defense. And we got a scrappy fight, but I don't know if Aranessa is going to be able to pull this one out. Summons are definitely the way. It makes the Minotaurs waste many of their attack animations onto the chaff instead of actually onto the big threats. And the Fellbat rear charge here could be super clutch. Minotaur's leadership isn't, you know, the best thing in the world. So maybe charging in there in the back and, you know, trying to trigger something there will do the trick. And yeah, that's looking pretty bad for the Vampire Coast for the Sartosans. Vampire Fleet Captain pulling back, Gallows Giant pulling back. Minotaurs are literally just grinding here. There's like no strategy. It's just get in there and box and fight with the Beast Lord buffs, which is hilarious. Against traditional Vampire Coast, of course, this probably would have been wrecked pretty bad. I don't know, actually. You know, a Minotaur rush like this might actually work against like a Coast Crab box. Like if they do that, oh man, they would get wrecked. They would get wrecked indeed. So now Falcon's going for a surround, which is going to be strong. Felbat swooping in as well. So now there's a little bit of additional buffering here. Gallows Giant trying to roast the Gorbel here in the fourth quarter. What really needs to happen from Ice Powers, he needs to summon some guns back here, some basic zombie guns, and just start shooting into the Minotaurs. But yeah, Aranessa breaking. That's pretty much going to be the backbone of that Coast army, is the Haggard Minotaur Legion. Crumps the Gallows Giant. Cycle Charge coming in from the Beast Lord. Horn of the first Beast as well. So plus 24 melee attack on this big, disgusting cow blob. And that is going to be a victory for the Bray Herd as they tear apart that Vampire Coast army. So awesome. Oh, I missed the bloated corpse. I'm sorry. No, this isn't meta. Definitely not meta. Try this at your own peril. Falcon is very good, so he can make bad builds work, typically. But this is kind of an interesting thing, because, like, think if, like, a Coast player, even with Luther or Noctilus, was, like, boxing with crabs to survive your rush, and you come in with, like, 1,000,000 Minotaurs. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Something to think about. 1-0. Next up, we find out. Should put him on a small map as punishment. Vulture Ridge. Wintertooth Crown. That is the Throg map. The Moon Dial. There's so many bad maps that you could just potentially use. Ice Power says, GG, well played. Map set. And now the players will do their picks and bans. This is when Pirates of the Caribbean attacks a farm with cows with axes. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's a fairly accurate assessment, man. I can't take away from that. Ice Power brought a worse build. Yeah, I mean, like, Luther flying above, like, Noctilus shooting, like, yeah, it would have been rough for sure. One Carronade would have made a world of difference. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Carronades, any sort of firepower. Minotaurs are really squishy against any focus fire, so, we'll see. Mino Bus is live. Yeah, it was pretty miraculous for sure. Thanks again for sticking around, guys. I know it's getting late. It's 5 p.m. here. I would imagine over in Europe it's like 1 through 4 a.m. depending on where you are. Quite late. So what's next? I can't believe you brought animated Hulks. Oh my god. Yeah. The animated Hulks are just such god-awful units. Cow level Diablo. Oh yeah. I remember farming that back in the day. All hail the mighty. I'm half masked for this match. Only half one? What do we need to get you going there? If that didn't get your mask floated. Picks and bans, please. It's going to be interesting to see what happens as they get like closer. Like, will they meme as much once like they're on the verge of losing, or are they going to start tryharding? Because, obviously they spent, 5-6 hours of their day playing, right? They're not going to want to lose because they meme. I think Ice Power is going to go Skaben. If we see like a Tretch pick, that would be pretty unholy. Okay, he's doing proper bans. So he goes Skaben and he bans Vampire Counts, which is really good. Now, if Falcon really wanted to troll him, he would counterpick with Wood Elves. We'll see how tryhard Falcon's going. But that would be the proper answer, for sure. Torox will be fun. I just hope Torox doesn't suffer the same fate of Nakai. Nakai is just awful in multiplayer. So I hope they give Torox like some good abilities, not like just, Who's the one Beastman that pressed the dislike button? I think the Beastman, if anything, the Beastman would be liking the stream after that. Yeah. Hulks are so bad. God. I feel like an animated Hulk would lose to like a Skaven Slave Spear. Like, I mean, they probably wouldn't, but you know what? Has it? Can one of you guys test that real quick? Like, have like a Skaven Slave Spear fight an animated Hulk. Ah, Honey Nut, yes. I don't know. Hulks are just like so janky. Like Morgul's are just so much better. Granted, Morgul's are anti-infantry monsters, but they heal. They're just more functional. Yeah. Nakai is really cool. He's just not very good. So Falcon right now, like all of his competitive senses are tingling. He wants to pick Wood Elves. Tomb Kings though Tomb King's an even matchup. Tomb Kings versus Skaben, I think, is an even one. Kind of rolling the dice a little bit, you know, whether or not you're going to get rushed or they're going to artillery spam you, but from the Tomb King's perspective. But we'll find out here in a second. Yes, so he banned Skaven and Vampire Counts, I think, or banned Skaven. I'm not sure. No. Did he ban Skaven? I'm not sure. Maybe he just mistyped there. Is the next ever chosen qualifier in the near future? I have no information on that yet, unfortunately. But whenever there's a I don't know. Hopefully soon. We have the World Cup, World Championship coming up, which is really cool. It's a big collaboration between content creators and community tournament hosts and community players. It's going to be awesome. So that'll be probably arguably just as good as ever chosen. We'll see what kind of production value we can get. No, Matthias, I've never thought about that. Hey, Peter, thank you for testing, man. What's your favorite faction lore-wise? The Empire. Yeah. I'm a son of Sigmar all the way, man. Empire and dwarves. Like, I love dwarvish lore. Like, I've always loved dwarves in fantasy, like in Tolkien, and yeah, they're really cool. We even saw Anticity try and test the dreaded Hulks recently. Yes. I can get you that. Hold on. Back here. I'll have Lady Turin drop in and drop a link for you, Sophie. That's very nice of you to say. Yeah, you got the Morker, this is fine emoji. I love it. That's one of my favorite ones she's done. Yeah, so it's going to be Tomb King Skaven. It looks like they've kind of like gotten their meme game out of the way, and I think now they're like going to be. I mean, like all Tomb King's lords can be good here. Like Tomb King can be good, Arkan can be great, Cetra can be good. You know, Kotep can be good. Like the Tomb Kings don't really have a memey lord option here. Whereas like if Ice Power wants to just throw the game, he can pick Tretch. But it's, you know, I wouldn't at this point. Picking Tretch would just be silly. Like Tretch isn't even like that funny. He's just pathetic, you know. At least Khazrak can like ride around in a chariot and maybe kill some infantry. Tretch is just like such garbage. I think Tretch is the worst lord in the game. The World Cup will be streamed on a bunch of the group stages of the World Championship is going to be done via replays on content creators' channels. So you'll be seeing it on a bunch of YouTube channels. We'll all be taking different groups. It's going to be so big. But for the later stages, like the finals, and I'm gonna obviously try and stream that. I'm sure there'll be other people streaming it too. So yeah. Hey, Chesht Falthorius. Yak Shemash, my friend. I hope you're doing Dobja. Even Kalita. Yeah, Kalita. Even Kalita was probably fine. Like, yeah, she's like more memey, but like, you know, she's still good. Delicious. I'm eating like these chocolate covered almonds. Oh my god, it's so good. Like dark chocolate almonds. Lady Turin brought him for me because she's the best wife ever. Did you hear that, darling? Oh, she's not here. Damn. I was hoping I would get points for that glorious compliment. All right, let's take a look here at the Skaven Horde. Yeah, look. The memes went out the window so fast. After that first game, that probably felt so bad, you know, because you're here for like 4 or 5 hours, right? You're like grinding your hardest, trying to win some big community tournament. And then, like, you know, just to like have Hulk and Aranessa lose you a game, he's like, all right, serious face is on now. And, yeah, if we take a look at the Skaven army, it's Throt, Packmaster, Plague Priest. The rest of the army is going to be Skaven slaves backed by spears. We have Jezzails. We have Poison Wind Mortars. Like, shit is getting serious now. Oh, man. And now if we take a look at the Tomb King's army, let's see if Falcon memes at all. So Falcon's got Skeleton Horsemen. He's got Chariots. He's got Nehekar Horsemen. A battle line. Nope. Falcon's build is also quite serious, I would say, except Kotep on a Chariot. This build is competitive, with the exception of Grand Hierophant Kotep on a Chariot, which Mind you, isn't terrible. Sorry, I needed some water. Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. This Turin guy should do a best of 21 against you to learn the ways. Oh, man. My hands would fall off. One sec, guys. One second, guys. The dogs need me. Oh, wait a second. Need to let dogs out. All right, so I'm going to tell them to hold tight for a second, guys. I'll be back in like literally 30 seconds. And we'll get this party started. Don't worry. I'll be right back. All right, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. The dreaded beasts needed to be freed from their pen. Ready. I think Lady Turin left. All right, so more or less a very competitive Tomb King's army, with the exception, of course, of Katep, like I said. But I honestly think the army is more or less strong enough to like be totally fine in the situation. So we'll see how that goes. For the rats, we do have the Poison Wind Mortars and the Globeteers, all that sort of good stuff. I let the dogs out. Wookiee is too powerful to be left alive. But yeah, this is the thing. This is why Tomb Kings are kind of cool against Skaben, because you can either go for an all-out rush, and it's really effective, and it always has been, or you can sit back and use like Bone Giants and Caskets, and you can actually outrange the Skaben and force them to come and fight you, which is pretty hilarious. So we'll see, though. I think, like, of the two builds, so you have a Tomb King's Rush build, right? And then you have a Tomb King's Ranged build. I think that the Rush is probably a little bit safer and more consistent, but to each their own. Stopping Skaben summons is actually quite powerful. On Katep, that's true, actually. Because Katep does have the Bonewood Staff, which does kind of screw up the timing of Skaben abilities. It's kind of been something I forgot about, to be honest. So Katep does have the Bonewood, not Bonewood Staff, it's called like the Lich Staff or something. Whenever he casts a spell, it basically adds 15 seconds to the timer of summons and things like that. And spamming cheap spells with Lore of Nehekara can be actually quite strong. Yeah, Satsuma. Certainly some a good reminder, man. Thank you for the feedback on that. Yeah, Bowie, you got it, man. Thank you for the test information. So he says, Clan Rat Spears with shields do about 3/4 damage to the Hulks before routing. About the same health left on him. Okay. Fair play. Fair play. So here comes the mortars going downtown, shooting into the Nehekar Horsemen. Of course, it's good value, but the Dark Lord Felcon is going to be preparing for a mass surround. It's probably one of his biggest strengths as a competitive player. He's very, very good at getting like full surrounds and collapsing on your army all at once. His timing is and positioning is quite impeccable for sure. So Grand Hierophant Katep sitting on the wings. He has not used his Darude Sandstorm yet. I would imagine it's going to be coming in soon. It looks like he's going to be sandstorming into the front line here. The initial Skaven slaves are buckling under the pressure of the skeleton chariots. This is like proper Tomb Kings, man. Chariots and all that sort of good stuff. It's very, very fun for sure. So Katep wrecking the Skaven slaves. It looks like there's a Kemrian War Sphinx as well, but the Rat Ogres of Ice Power Total War are going to be rushing in to do some battle here. But it looks like Darude Sandstorm's coming in, baby. Katep with the Sandstorm, wrecking the Skaven slaves and terror routing them off, allowing the pit fighters to be isolated by the Kemrian War Sphinx and a massive concave fire from the Skeleton Horseman archers. Now, as far as the rest of the fighting goes, Skaven really struggling to defend their backline. The mortars are more or less being shut down by the chariots and the Nehekar horsemen, as are the Jezzails. Granted, they're not dead yet. No, they're tanking it like champs, and maybe the Skaven will be able to kind of peel it off with Throp the Unclean. And the Plague Furnace is doing good work. It's it's Mortis engineering down skeletons. It's dropping summons where it can. But generally, it looks like the Tomb Kings have really penetrated the front line. And unfortunately, the actual Darude Sandstorm from Kotzeb does miss that time, but it also does trigger the Lich Staff, which is going to be making it so the Skaven cannot summon anything right now. Here, the Packmaster for Ice Power Total War is manhandled by the Cambrian War Sphinx in conjunction with the Skeleton Horseman Archers. Here in the backfield, you can see the Rat Ogres, or the Rout Ogres, as they're aptly called here in this situation, are going to be running for the hills, while Kotzeb and his Chariot Legion continue to just roll dirty through this entire Skaven army. Now, as far as what the Skaven have in the backfield, they have Poison Wind Mortars still going. Throt is holding, but the Skeleton Horseman Archers have gotten into a pretty comfy position. Mortars trying to peel off some of the chaff units, doing their best, and the Furnace is also doing some very substantial work. That's probably the one weakness of Falcon's armies. It doesn't have the best, like, anti-monster, but Skeleton Horseman Archers plus, Cambrian War Sphinxes can usually probably tickle the pickle of a monster if they have to, right? If you have enough cheap skeletons, too, that can also serve a relatively similar purpose. Plague Priest, though, doing a great job. Skaven might actually be able to stabilize this. If Throt is able to, get remoldered off and maybe form a little bit of a Death Star on the Furnace, but it's going to be hard. Yeah, the Tomb Kings still have so much mobility. The Packmaster here is getting hunted pretty hard. You can see it's running for the hills while the Skeleton Chariot tries to chase it down. Cambrian War Sphinx hot on its tail as well, but with proper control, the Packmaster shouldn't have to worry. You know what? As a matter of fact, if Throt could escape this engagement, maybe come out here and 2v1 that Cambrian War Sphinx, I think that could be quite nice. Granted, the Falcon probably wouldn't let that happen for free, since he has a fair amount of mass. All the Skaven weapons seem to at this point. The mortars in the back are shut down. I think there's still a Jezzail holding on somewhere here in the middle. The Jezzails have Creature Killer. They now have Anti-Large and Melee, but yeah, they're in a little bit of trouble. Darude Sandstorm going down once again on the Clan Rats, able to potentially break them, but that Mortis Engine Plague Furnace is probably the one thing that's really keeping the Skaven in this game. Like, every mass of Tomb Kings that come into contact with it is just getting melted. On top of that, the fact that Kotzeb is kind of a crappy duelist might actually lead to a throw here from the Tomb Kings, as Grand Hierophant Kotzeb being hunted down by the dreaded Throt. Throt, of course, is exceptional at killing chariot characters, and with Kotzeb being dead, if he does get killed here by Throt, that could just, be a game going to the Skaven, although there is still a big scary monster here and a ton of Tomb King stuff. Currently, Throt's trying to push through, but Kotzeb, that old man still got some moves. What he's going to do here is probably pull through these Skaven slaves and then use the Skeleton Horseman Archers to block the advance of Throt. We'll see, though. Plague Furnace in really good shape, too. I mean, this is a close game, but anything, yeah, I don't know. Really going to come down to Kotzeb surviving here. This is a problem for brood horrors and monsters like this, is they have very poor leadership. So if they do get surrounded, even if it's something that's not good against them, if you surround them and just kind of poke them, it can be quite scary. Yeah. Let's see. So Turin, having done the best of 3 of Skaven Slaves matched Hulks in value, although they lost quickly each time. All right, fair play. Yeah, so it's like a value thing. Little Skaven Slaves, and if they have a little bit of support, they probably do better. So the Mortis Engine is starting to really come into full effect. Now it's draining all the Horseman units. Most of the Bone Daddy infantry units are getting quite beat up. If Throt could pop Creature Killer at the right time and maybe turn on the Cambrian War Sphinx, but there are 2 Sphinxes. And I think that the Skaven leadership is a little bit too battered at this point, and Falcon is doing an excellent job moving his Skeleton Horsemen into position to focus down the Packmaster. He has great line of sight and great maneuverability, and also should, at a moment's notice, be able to chase off the Packmaster. But the Mortis Engine, like I said, doing the work of the gods. Grand Hierophant Kotzeb is in some trouble, but I think at this point, although, man, look at the War Sphinx here getting worked down by Throt. This is the super annoying thing about Packmasters. So this guy's got 400 HP, right? If he goes to his healing cap, that's going to be well over 1,000 HP, and he could come back and be a menace. And I don't know if Falcon has anything to really chase him off. His ammunition is very low on the Skeleton Horseman Archers, and Throt can just be an absolute pain in the ass and run around. Like, he can lure this Cambrian War Sphinx away, turn around and kill it. He can go after the chariots if he wants to. Ice Power is still in this game. Granted, it is Tomb King favored at this point. Kotzeb's still rolling around dirty, I think. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, he's actually behind me here, so Kotzeb just off in the Shadow Realm, deciding to chase off some pit fighters of Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep. So Throt does decide to turn around. He's going to be taking the fight, but I think this could be his doom. This is probably not the proper engagement. He's also pinned in by chariots, so it takes away his mobile advantage. He does pop Remoldered, which is going to give him some fat healing, and leadership as well. Pretty much the only reason he's not broken now, but he has no support here. There's no Mortis Engine. There's no summons. Oh, man, it's too bad. Throt was doing a good job and could have potentially gotten away here, but I think Falcon's going to get him. Creature Killer, -1. He's going to break. And now he actually does. Oh, my God. Is Throt going to get away from this? Oh, my God. He's pushing, man. He's got the Shock Collar. Oh, the Packmaster came back. Oh, and saved his leadership. And now there's Skaben Jezzails online. See, this is why they're so good. Like, the Brood Horse should just run here, but it looks like they're going to turn and fight, which is a mistake. Like, you run, you use these Jezzails, you use your Mortis Engine, like, you just do that before you commit to the final battle. The Packmaster is going to be sacrificed to the Horned Rat. He's like, yes, Master, I got you covered. He does shatter. But yeah, Throt needs to get back to that Mortis Engine. That's his best bet. Mortis Engine will be effective against Nehekar Horsemen, against the Skeleton Infantry. Cameron War Sphinx is also in a little bit of trouble as well, and now you can see Throt is actually running. Yeah, he's pretty scary for sure. He's at his healing cap though. No more healing from him. It looks like there's going to be a summon coming down, maybe a little bit premature, because now Falcon can react to that summon, whereas if you wait for them to blob up on you, you can kind of surprise them a little bit more. But yeah, Throt's going for Kotzep. He's going for that bony boy right there. He's coming for that thick skeleton. Looks like Darude Sandstorm's going to be going down, I think, from Kotzep. Probably, honestly, just friendly fires a bunch of Nehekar Horsemen. Although in the end, it does kind of rotate into the Clan Rats there. Now Throt and the Mortis Engine are fighting. If Throt can goon out the Cameron War Sphinx here, that does give the Skaven potentially a fighting chance. It's slim odds, though. There's 2 War Sphinxes beating on him. And Throt is, he's not the bravest of rats. I suppose by Skaven standards, he's relatively brave. The Chungus Rat is trying his best. The Skaven slaves or Clan Rats on the ground are buffering off now, and they're going to be gone. Sweet Princess. Throt able to get a decent attack there. It looks like the Cameron War Sphinx might have taken a hit, although I don't think so. He's shaking, he's crumbling, and there comes the charge from the War Sphinx. GG, Falcon winning. And a very close game. It's funny how quickly they went from memeing to like these like serious builds, you know? I was like, all right, let's get serious now. Which, me personally, I do like meme builds, but I prefer, like in the grand finals of tournaments, to see competitive builds. But you know, I enjoy when there's like a meme that's mixed in that actually ends up being good. That's like one of the best experiences ever. Well played. GG. Falcon up 2-0. If he wins the next game, the Dark Lord will be sweeping, coming to defend his ECL crown. Of course, he's won the most ECLs of any player in the community who's participated in my events. We will see. This is week 1, man. A lot more competition to come. The Condom Wolf is here. And now we go on over. That was a close match, man. It was a stressful one. GG, well played. Yes. It's best of 5. It's best of 5, Ice Power. You're still in it, man. Map set. All right. So now they got their map here. The Rados almost had that. Like, Skaben almost won that. I think if they had been a little bit more abusive with their Brood Horrors, I think he could have won it. Instead of, like, taking those blob fights, like, just kind of really kiting and just forcing the Tomb Kings to, like, get onto the Mortis Engine. I think that could have done it. Cetra Chariot isn't bad there. Yeah, he can do some work for sure. So anyone can join these tournaments. They're open for all. Yeah. Skaven are really strong, but I've seen Skaven lose quite a bit today, actually. They probably lost more than they won in today's tournament, at least from the games I saw. All right, so let's see what they get. We're on the Astalian Tomb. Ice Power versus Falcon in the grand finals here. Oh, did I forget the values again? I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, let me just run it past you. All right, Throt got really good value. The rest of the Skaven army didn't. And the Cameron War Sphinx has got great value, and the Skeleton Horseman Archers got good value. Like, I can just tell you that from having seen that game. The bloat fight. Hood. It'd be pretty interesting to give people 2 20 stacks, 19 stacks of bloated corpses and have them fight and see who could win. Like, who would be the last man standing. That's like one of those micro challenges. You guys remember back in StarCraft lobbies and custom lobbies in Warcraft 3, they had like micro challenges? That was really fun. I used to enjoy those. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's a Stallion Tomb. So we're going to get Dark Elves versus Lizardmen. 2 players playing their main factions. I think that's quite cool. Alexier says, thank you for the $6.99. Hope all is well up in Canada, my friend. Can anyone join the World Cup thing or World Championship thing in February? My buddy and I are trash, but really interested. Yes, anyone can join. It's open to all. You just go to warhammerwc.com and you can go to the Discord and join up. So then we have a donation I missed from Flying Potato. He says, I don't know, in campaigns, Artista Free Company are quite good after they get all the mermaid buffs. They're faster than zombies, if nothing else. I still think they're, you know, it's kind of a gimmick. Like, really just going with, like, all the powder and zombies to block for the powder is better in the early game. Although, I guess, yeah, it depends. Like, the problem is, like, the edge that Sartosa Free Company get, if you're playing on harder difficulties, gets nullified if you're playing on very hard battle difficulty. They're so squishy, too. But, yeah, they can be fun. Flying Potato. For sure. Reigns vs. Banelings done by pros was good fun to watch. Yeah, for sure. This is best of 5. Yeah, 100%. I used to play StarCraft a lot. When I played Brood Horse. When I played Brood War, I was like very much a little kid. You know, I was still into it. I played ladder, but I was like, you know, I was like freaking how old, like 11 or something. I was like really young, so. But when I first started getting into competitive RTS was when Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2. And StarCraft 2, I was high masters. Back when I was in college. Had a pretty good run with that. I played Protoss. I played Turin as well, but mostly Protoss. Protoss is my main faction. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I missed that. It was so cool to like play the game and then have like a big like esports global community behind it. It was really fun. Like the early days of StarCraft esports was amazing. So ranked quick battles, nobody really cares about those in this community, at least in my experience. I mean, they don't really bear much weight because there's like, yeah, like there's nothing to stop draw kiting. There's nothing to stop like cheesing, like where people like. So just imagine going into ladder, right? You play a vampire count player, they hide their army in a forest in the corner. They get like a Manfred, another vampire lord. They bring like 2 spirit leeches and just fly over your head and spirit leech you for like 20 minutes while they run in circles with their army. Like you run into shit like that sometimes. Whereas in tournaments and structured events, you don't, because they would just get kicked out for breaking the rules. Yeah, I'm hoping in Game 3 we get an improved ladder. I think that would be super huge because it's really a bad feeling if you're a new player, right? You go in, you see quick multiplayer, quick battles, you're like, all right, let's go learn some multiplayer. You go, you have a bad experience, you don't come back, right? I really hope Game 3's multiplayer system is better, yeah, in terms of quick battles and things like that. Wraith, yeah, correct. I was born in 1988, yeah. 1988. Yeah, StarCraft 2 was great. It was a really fun game. I enjoyed it. I played through Wings of Liberty, and then I didn't play the expansions. I stopped after that. I can't remember what I went to. Yeah, I didn't. I think I started playing League of Legends after that. Yeah, I was pretty into that as well. Yeah, White Raw, I remember him, yeah. It was always fun to watch Idro rage, you know. He's a very good player too, mind you. So we have Dark Elves versus Lizardmen, Ice Power and Falcon. I used to watch like all the Evil Geniuses, like guys like In Control is one of my favorite to watch. He was a Protoss player, but his In Control's commentary was like, when he would do commentary, was like one of my favorite things. I got to meet him actually in person. Really cool guy, and In Control was a very, very good Warhammer 40k player, super competitive too. Yeah, rest in peace. He was really, really cool guy. Yeah, Total Biscuit. Day 9, Tasteless, Artosis. It was always fun to watch those two together. Yeah. I never played Dota, actually, no. Stefano, yeah. He had cats, and Huck was fun. Yeah, there was tons of great players. What's my favorite faction? Empire. Empire is my favorite. Yeah. Yeah. In Control was the man. He's actually the reason I started playing. One of the reasons I started playing 40k. I was at so Warhammer 2 had just launched, or was about to launch. It was like a couple weeks before, and Creative Assembly had an event in LA where they brought some folks who were doing YouTube and like Twitch to check out the game before it came out. And I went there. That was my first time ever going to like a Creative Assembly event. I got to meet like Indie Pride there and Pixelated Apollo and a couple other folks, and then In Control was there because he's obviously has a huge presence, or had a huge presence in the RTS world. So I got to meet him, and I was talking with him and telling him, I was like, dude, I used to watch you in StarCraft. Hell yeah, man, this is awesome. And he started talking about Death Guard and like, you know, 40k and like how awesome it was. And yeah, and then you know, after that I went and talked to Italian Spartacus. I was like, okay, I want to play 40k. But yeah, In Control is awesome, man. He was a really cool guy. Yeah. Falcon, yeah, TLO. Yeah, he kind of does, right? Oh, day 9 was awesome, man. I love that because that's like, you know, the first real taste of esports I got. Yeah, Day 9 is amazing. I watch his Magic streams like every now and then, like once a week or something. All right, guys, back to the game. The nostalgia train shall come to a halt for now. If we take a look at Ice Power, he's going with Feral Manticores, 2 of them, and he also has Marathi. That seems to be a signature combo. Bleak Swords, Dread Spears, double Cold One Knights with Black Guard of Nagaron there in the back. Now for the Dark King Felcon, we have, oh my god, if Felcon wins this. Felcon has double Arc of Sotek. Oh god, oh, double Arc of Sotek. We got Skin Cohort, Saurus Spears, and it looks like a Pterodon Air Force with Tic-Tac-Toe. Dude, if Felcon manages to win this, that's going to be insane. He's got double Arc of Sotek and Tic-Tac-Toe. Like, dude, there's no blocker up. Are you trolling me? Oh my god, it is up. Oh. How come you guys didn't say blocker earlier? You guys are supposed to help me out here. Alright. Quick summary. Felcon has double Bastiladon with the Arc of Sotek, and he does also have the dreaded Tic-Tac-Toe. Now, if we're going to look at the Arcs of Sotek from a critical, or not critical, but effectiveness perspective, I mean, I guess there's a lot of Dark Elf infantry, and if they sit there, in theory, they could potentially drain out the Bleak Swords with their snake launchers. It's going to be hard, though. He does have Pterodons. Pterodons are going to be exceptional here because of their poke. So Pterodons can poke the Manticores, rampage them very easily into bad targets, and then just snipe them, basically. So, yeah, Pterodon Riders are always very, very strong, especially in the hands of Felcon. So we'll see how this goes. We got the Hydra, we got the Bleak Swords, we got the Dread Spears. The Legend returns. It wouldn't be a Turin stream if we didn't have a screen blocker blocking half the battle. Although this time, at least I got it before the fighting started, so... I got you. I got you. But yeah, Felcon memeing super hard. I mean, double Arc of Sotek is a 2,000 or 2,200 gold investment. It's not cheap. Up in the sky, we have the Lord of the Skies, Tic-Tac-Toe, doing battle with the Manticore, but retreating as soon as he realizes that he's Tic-Tac-Toe. The Arc of Sotek's pounding into the front line, and currently Tic-Tac is just going to be running away, kiting the Manticores. He definitely needs to just kite them. Oh, the snakes have been launched! Look, guys, the snakes are here! And the Bleak Swords are going to be getting roasted by the dreaded snakes. The Chill of Sontar are piling in, but again, they are Saurus Spears, so it's not the best fight. And now you can see Ice Power Total War is going to be going to the Arc of Sotek, and he should be able to kill it, or at least do some damage. He's got double Manticore, plus also Marathi and the Chill of Sontar. I mean, that's some heavy stopping power. Here comes a nice Soul Stealer by Ice Power Total War, hitting both Arc of Soteks. The Felcon trying to snipe what appears to be the Hydra. Chill of Sontar being focused by the Skank Skirmishers and also by all the Pterodon Riders. And for the rest of the fighting, the Dark Elves are doing okay in the engagement. Skanks are fighting Bleak Swords. It's more or less a wash, but I really do feel like Felcon's army's pretty haggard for sure. Although the snakes have been released again, so the Arc of Sotek launching snakes everywhere. I don't even know what it does. I guess it does a little bit of damage and applies poison, but you know, it is what it is. So up in the sky, Tic-Tac-Toe waits atop a Throne of Skulls. All of the annoying Pterodon Riders. Oh, there's going to be some rock drops for sure onto these Blackguard eventually. At some point, that's going to happen. And Tic-Tac-Toe going in for the isolation. He dives in, attacking the Feral Manticore. Now, Tic-Tac-Toe, you know, I don't think he even hits as hard as a Manticore. He's got good AP, but not great overall damage. But should be able to rampage the Manticore. So he does hit the Manticore a couple times. He rampages it, which means it might go into Saurus Spears, which is incredibly nice. And Marathi is somehow dying in this blob. I don't even know how that's happening. Must be the Saurus Spears. Yeah, Saurus Spears plus the Feral Stegodon have gotten in there. Marathi is being handled by those guys. Chill of Sontar is also dying to all the Pterodon focus fire. And Felcon is just pulling rapidly ahead in this game as Tic-Tac-Toe just gives the dirty business here to this Feral Manticore. Absolute destruction. And I guess the Arc of Sotek's are OP, man. Just dropping some serious bows here in this situation. Skink Skirmishers continuing to shoot downtown. And the Feral Manticore is broken as well. Oh my god, look at it run. Tic-Tac-Toe is just giving that thing the dirty. And that's game. Lizardmen won. Holy shit. The Dark Lord shows no mercy. Double Arc of Sotek. And he still won. Damn, dude. Damn, look at that. 618, 500 value. Tic-Tac-Toe got 249 value. Pterodons were the beast, though. 800, 600, 1,000, and 6. Yeah, Pterodons were so good. Yeah, the Dark Elves just kind of got... Marathi, when Marathi got trapped, it was kind of just GG. Brutal stuff, man. Nerf the Arc of Sotek. Pterodon spam versus Marathi double Manticore. Yeah. That's some serious roulette. Oh my god. So that is going to be a 3-0 victory for Felcon. Winning with the dreaded double Arc of Sotek. Top 8. Let's go ahead and add his name here to the Hall of Champions for Season 6. Felcon will appear once more in the night. Let's give him a cool font for his name. There he is. So he's our first champion. So this is, of course, week 1 of the ECL Season 6. We're going to have 8 champions in total. And then from there, we have one big grand tournament at the very end with a big prize pool. And it's super fun and awesome. And that's that. No FFAs today. It's been a long stream. I'm going to go get some food because I'm incredibly hungry. But yeah, that was some punishment for sure. Well played. that is it for today. Falcon is going to be our champion. We can go back to the bracket, take a look. Falcon will be advancing. He is the qualifier today, or he the qualify. Why would you say it? What was the proper way to say that? But he qualified today. He's in the top 8. We'll be seeing him in the grand finals. That means Falcon can now sit back on his throne of skulls and watch the champions for the next 7 weeks battle and see who his competition is going to be, which is quite a bit of fun. Well played to Ice Power, though. It was certainly a fun series. Hey, Ice Power, don't worry about it, man. Like, Falcon has a way of doing that to people. Like, he gets in your head, man. You know? Makes you question it. And then he brings the memes, which make you, like, worry about losing to them. It's some serious stuff. Anyways, my friends, that is it for today's stream. Congratulations to Falcon, the Lord of Sotek, the Ark of Sotek. He is here. He is the Ark himself. And congratulations to him. We had a great run. Falcon had an amazing series. A couple of them for Alfredino's games with the Solar Engine. Ice Power had a great run against the Logical Man 21. But in the end, the Dark Lord has prevailed. And we'll see how that goes. Hold your head up high, Ice Power. I'm sure we'll see you back, man. You played some really, really good games, brother. So tons of donations today from Alex Sear, Flying Potato, Johan De Bruin. Probably mangled your name. I'm trying not to. Wesley Chartrand with multiple donations. Petzelis, Phoenix Gear, Lazarus with multiple donations. Malice Meme Blade, thank you so much. We all love a little bit of malice in our lives. Jack Daniels, becoming a new member. Ryan G. Elgin Kahoduk for the donation as well. Dare Woods, Hopi, Hammer-Faced, Maple Killer, Ruben Buns Coke, Sir Swagalot, Gatsby, and Sir Swagalot and Nate Garrett, dude, $100 donations, $50 donations. You guys are so generous. Thank you so much. Kitech94, Luda, Lamb of God, Ziggy Williamson is a new member. Freddie Knight, Phoenix Gear again, Ginger Ninja 58, Rob Nieborg, Pythonic Method, Little Raven, Bradley Cato. Man, you guys just went freaking ham today, dude. This is way too much. Magic G, Ryan G, Ricky Barrientos, Hammer-Faced, Hell I Don't Know, Klimpet, King Ajazal. You guys are aces, man. Appreciate you all. Thank you, guys. Falcon is our champ for the day. Stay tuned for more tournaments on Sunday. We're going to have the best of one tournament format, which I love because it takes like 2 hours to get through like a 90-man tournament. It's super fun. So that'll be going on Sunday. So if you guys want to play, join up in the Discord. And yeah, you only have to play one faction. So even if you're newer to the game on Sunday's tournament, you can join up. And like I said, you only play one faction the whole way through, which means you can get counterpicked pretty badly. But it doesn't matter. If you lose, who cares? It's a casual, fun event. It's a good way to practice your faction. All right, guys, here's a link to the Discord as well. Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned for updates. Lots of fun stuff on the horizon. The Legendary Lords Tournament, the first group has finished of 17, I think, or someone is very close to finishing. So the Legendary Lords Tournament will begin this week as well. During the week, I'll be doing like a replay stream for that, so stay tuned. All right, dudes, thanks again. Take care. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers, dudes and dudettes.